everybody, from Veterans Stadium. Welcome to Phillies baseball this afternoon. The final game of the series, the Phils and the San Francisco Giants. Tommy Green goes for the Phillies and Bill Swift for San Francisco. Harry Callis with Rich Ashburn and Andy Musser on this May 1st, Fanatic's birthday. And Andy, you look at the San Francisco Giants, last in the major leagues in hitting, last in the major leagues in runs scored, first in National League West.
It means they're doing it in some other way, Harry. They're doing it with their defense, and they're doing it with their pitching, particularly their bullpen. They're first in the league in defense. They've committed the fewest errors, and their relief pitching is really sensational. They have now gone 128 straight games, never losing when they've had the lead after the 8th. That's remarkable.
Rod Beck is a big part of that. Just activated last night and got a save last night. Whitey, meanwhile, the Phillies offense, which was so good last year, shut out 3 times in the month of April. Surprising for a team that set the all-time record for consecutive games without being shut out.
Yeah, you never really thought this team would get shut out that much, and of course they weren't. You run through those things. I think one thing we're seeing is a little better pitching, especially with the expansion clubs, and I think you're going to see a little more equality around through the league when it comes to, scoring runs. Some of the hitters are hitting very well, and some of them are hitting very poorly, but nobody is bunching things. The Giants can't score unless they hit a home run. They don't score a run any other way but a home run, and some of that is happening to all the clubs. They're not bunching things.
Tony Longmire will get a start this afternoon, and we'll be back with the starting lineups right after these messages.
The Phillies and the San Francisco Giants is being brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. The Yellow Pages 9 out of 10 people use. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. By Chevrolet. The cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. For 56 years, the health insurance company you can lean on.
Pardon me, where are you going with all that Bud Light?
The Lee family reunion.
Then I'm here for the Lee family reunion.
You're a member of the Lee family?
Yes, I am.
Right this way.
你是李中的老大。
Sure, sure.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
你真有点像他。
While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a way to consolidate all your bills and loans. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans. While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a college education. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans.
So what's a good bet in reliable, affordable cars? The 94 edition of the Car Book says the best bet is Hyundai Excel. It beats Sentra, Metro, and Tercel hands down. Excel's got more room, more features, and 2 years scheduled service at no charge. Those other guys don't have that. Plus, Excel is America's lowest priced car. After rebate, it's more than $2 grand less than Tercel, which makes Excel a sure thing. Don't take a gamble. Get more car for less at your nearest Hyundai dealer today.
Back at Veterans Stadium, we have a huge crowd on hand. Fanatic's birthday, May 1st. The sun has greeted us here at Veterans Stadium after rains last night. The Phils and the Giants wrapping up this 3-game series. Dusty Baker's starting lineup for San Francisco to face Tommy Green today. Darren Lewis, the center fielder, will lead off. Dave Martinez, right field, bats second. Robbie Thompson at second base hits third. Matt Williams, the third baseman, batting fourth. Barry Bonds, the left fielder, hits 5th. Royce Clayton at shortstop hitting 6th. Todd Benzinger, first baseman, batting 7th. Jeff Reed will catch today and bat 8th. And Bill Swift, the pitcher, hitting 9th. That lineup facing Tommy Tita Green.
Tommy's only pitched 10 innings. He's struck out 7 and walked 7. His walks are a little high for him. He usually does a lot better than that.
Defensively, behind Tommy Green, Dave Hollins will be at third base. Mariano Duncan at shortstop. Kevin Stocker is still out with a wrist problem. Mickey Morandini at second and John Kruk at first. Darren Dalton catching in the outfield. Tony Longmire in left. Lenny Dykstra in center, and Wes Chamberlain will be in right. Umpires for this afternoon's game: Greg Bonan will call the balls and strikes. Wally Bell at first base. Ed Rapuano at second, and Frank Pulley will umpire at third. So we have a sun-spanked day here at Veterans Stadium. The Phillies have not beaten the Giants in a series since 1992. Didn't beat the Giants all of last year, and are trying to do that behind Tommy Green this afternoon. Phil's coming off a struggling month of April in which they won 9 and lost 14. The worst month the Phillies had all of last season was 500, 14 and 14 in the month of July. Leading off will be Darren Lewis. Lewis hitting at .262. Birthday wishes to Rita Squires from Delaware, celebrating her 70th with 6 of her 7 children in attendance. Celebrating her birthday right here at the ballpark. Whitey and I had a chance to meet the lovely Rita.
And Henry Pourbacchi is 80 years old today.
One strike to Darren Lewis. Giants, as we mentioned at the opening, are in first place in National League West despite the lowest team batting average in baseball, .227. Fewest runs scored in baseball, 83. 2 quick strikes to Darren Lewis. Tommy, after coming off the disabled list, got his first start off the DL against the Los Angeles Dodgers at Los Angeles. And Whitey, in that game, you remarked that he didn't look like he was throwing real hard at the outset. Well, today he looks like he's throwing pretty hard.
He's throwing a lot better in the first inning here than he did in Los Angeles.
One ball and 2 strikes to Darren Lewis. Pops the foul. It's out of play behind the Phillies dugout. Dana Leva of Orland, belated birthday wishes, and belated also to Bill Mulholland from Cindy and Billy.
Happy 90th birthday to Laura Hauser, and 80th to Peg Wills down in Ocean City, New Jersey.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Tommy is throwing a lot harder here in the first inning than he did at Los Angeles in his first start after the DL.
Lewis helped him out here, chased a high fastball, had some movement on that pitch.
Brings up Dave Martinez. Over the years, regardless of what uniform he wore, Cincinnati, Montreal, or the Giants, he has hit the Phils, but this year batting .185 overall. And a good lifetime hitter against Tommy Green. .400 his career numbers against Tommy. One and nothing. Belated birthday wishes to Eva Long. 91 recently from Mertztown, Pennsylvania. 91 going on 29.
Send our best wishes along to Blanche Kern in Slatington, PA, recuperating from a broken hip. Big Lenny Dykstra fan.
Breaking ball over for a strike. 1 and 2 to count to Dave Martinez. 1 out, no base runners here in the first. Fouls it straight back. Best wishes for a speedy recovery to Lena DeRusso. Hope Lena's feeling better real soon.
Margaret Schertzer in Doylestown, 72nd birthday today.
On one hop to Mariano Duncan, who is playing him perfectly, and he throws out Martinez. Right at Dunk for out number 2, and that'll bring up Robbie Thompson. Robbie's hitting just .205. He's off to a slow start, as are most of the Giants. The only runner that's really carrying his weight offensively for San Francisco is the on-deck man, Matt Williams, who's tied for the league lead in the homers. One strike to Thompson. Thompson is coming off a year in which he hit .312, hit 19 home runs, a career high in that department, and knocked in 65, a career high in that department.
This Giant club led the National League in hitting last year. Now they're last.
Chase is a good slider, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This is almost a perfect pitch right here.
Well, it was a fastball.
A little bit outside, but close.
He yanks a foul down the left field side. Home run distance, but fouled. A great catch by that fan. How about that play? I mean, that ball was coming pretty hard. That's a heck of a play.
Yeah, didn't even flinch.
Sign her up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Mellow Sylvia in Wilkes-Barre, an 84th birthday today from her daughters Rosalie and Arlene.
Whoops.
Good thing nobody was on base. Lost him. Thompson is a 2-out base runner for Matt Williams. Williams is tied for the league lead in homers with 10. 9th in the league in RBIs with 19. He's been a hot hitter, 8-game hitting streak. Batting .310 in the last 8 games. Counted for the only run in last night's 1-0 Giants win. Last time the Phillies lost a 1-0 game was back in 1991. At Veterans Stadium the last time they lost a 1-0 game, and that was to Greg Maddux when he was pitching for the Cubbies. Not surprising. Good slider, 1 strike to Matt Williams. That's what they try to do with Matt. They try to throw him breaking balls. Get him to chase the breaking ball. He is a good dead red hitter, fastball hitter. He had a rip. 0-2. Urban Margaret Mashtair of East Hampton, New Jersey, 41st anniversary. Got 2 first-round picks opposing one another today. Tommy was a first-round pick of the Atlanta Braves in 1985, the 14th player selected. Bill Swift was a first-round pick in '84 by Seattle, 2nd player overall selected. Ooh, he's out of there. Called out on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Tommy Green. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left after 1/2. Giants nothing. Phil's coming to bat.
Dear car owners, not everyone knows a car's suspension consists of the shocks, struts, steering, and alignment. Another thing not everyone knows, Midas is a suspension expert. So if your car pulls, shimmies, or bounces, come to Midas for a thorough inspection and a guarantee on shocks and struts for as long as you own your car. That's the Midas way.
You're watching Philadelphia's movie station, BHL 17.
Back at Veterans Stadium, where the Giants have taken the field for the bottom half of the first inning. Jim Fragosi's lineup for the Phils this afternoon. Lenny Dykstra will lead off playing center field. Mariano Duncan at shortstop bats second. John Kruk, first baseman, hitting third. Dave Hollins, third base, bats fourth. Darren Dalton catching, hitting fifth. Wes Chamberlain, right field, hits sixth. Tony Longmire in left field, batting seventh. Mickey Morandini, the second baseman, hits eighth. Batting ninth and pitching Tommy Green. That lineup is facing Bill Swift.
Bill Swift, 32 years old, a little over 5 strikeouts a game, a little over 2 walks a game. Has good control, keeps the ball down. He's a tough pitcher.
Defensively behind Swifty is Matt Williams at third base, Royce Clayton at shortstop, Robbie Thompson at second, and Todd Benzinger at first. Jeff Reed doing the catching today. In the outfield from left to right is Barry Bonds, Darren Lewis, and Dave Martinez. Lenny Dykstra will lead it off. Dykstra batting at .226. He is second in the league in runs scored with 23, behind only Ellis Burks. In the game Swift pitched against the Phillies at Candlestick, his first pitch went out of the ballpark. Lenny Dykstra, first ball swinging, hit a home run off him. And a good lifetime hitter against Swift. .353 his career numbers. Swift has never lost to the Phillies. He is 5-0 lifetime against the Phils with a career ERA of .379. One ball and one strike.
Happy 80th birthday to Betty DeBoffrey, the mother of Tim DeBoffrey, a Philadelphia Country Club head golf pro down in Ocean City, New Jersey.
2 balls and a strike to Lenny Dykstra. Belated birthday wishes to Marianne Hudson of Benton, Pennsylvania, who loves the Crucker. Low and away, it's 3 balls and a strike.
So far in this first hitter, Swift isn't getting that pitch just off the outside plate. That's almost universally a strike, but not so far today. Got that one. He just wears that outside part of the plate out. He's out there all the time.
8th best control pitcher in the league last year, 2.13 walks per 9. Well hit to deep right field. Could he do it again? Yes. Out of here. Home run the dude, and the Phillies lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
That's the only pitch that he threw on the inside part of the plate to Dykstra. All the rest were outside. He got one in there, and Lenny didn't miss it. Here it is. That's right over the center of the plate.
Brings on Mariano Duncan, hitting at .250. Beats a foul, backing out of play. That's the way the Phillies started against Swift at Candlestick with a leadoff homer by Dykstra. Swift ended up winning that game 5-4. Another one-run loss for the Phils, who suffered a lot of those. Phillies in one-run games are 1-10. Swift pretty much has had Duncan's number in his career. Dunk is just 1 for 19 against Bill Swift. Struck him out. That's one down, and that'll bring on John Kruk.
Got away with a pitch there, really. It struck him out on it, but it was kind of a hanger up there, a slider.
Trucker's batting at .353. Lifetime against Bill Swift, a .294 hitter. He has hit one home run off him. Giving him the outside part of the plate. It's 0-2. Bouncing up there. Birthday wishes to Jeffrey Reinhardt of Percy, Pennsylvania. Grandson of the great Jack Shore, Associated Press. Dribbles the ball, softly foul. Giants defensively have committed just 11 errors this year. They lead the league in fielding percentage. They have 4 Gold Gloves on this team from last year. They don't give away many games with their gloves. They're probably the best defensive team in the league. Matt Williams at third, a Gold Glover. Robbie Thompson at second, a Gold Glover. Royce Clayton's an outstanding shortstop, and their outfield just covers a lot of ground. Well hit, but right at Martinez, who plays Kruk deep. Kruk gave it a good ride, but caught by Martinez right in front of the warning track. 2 down.
Kind of had that overspin on the ball that makes it sink. Hit it good. A little slider, but right at the right fielder.
Brings on Dave Hollins, who's hitting at .247. Hollins got off to a great start this year, has tailed off recently. Lonnie Dykstra's homer getting the Phils an early lead. There's a base hit to right field. Hollins a 2-out base runner for Darren Dalton. Dutch has been a good lifetime hitter against Bill Swift. .438 his career average against Swift, including 2 home runs. Dalton's always been a low ball hitter and Swift a sinker ball pitcher. Missed that low pitch.
That was just a little too low. That's that sink on the ball. It sinks at the last split second and makes it tougher to hit.
Laid off that one, was low and out of the strike zone, 1-1. Swift's 32 years old. He's from South Portland, Maine. All-American at the University of Maine. Low and away, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Darren Dalton. Eddie Ferenz, Phillies traveling secretary, passing our itineraries out for the next road trip. How come he gave you so many, Wadey?
They seem to slip away from me somehow.
3-1 to Darren Dalton. Walked him. That was almost a pitch around. Swift is aware of how Dalton has hurt him, and he'd rather go after the right-hand hitting Wes Chamberlain. Chamberlain is hitting at .304. Dalton's 16th walk. He's among the league leaders in that department. Bills lead 1-0 here in the first. 2 men on base and 2 outs. Waving at the slider.
Yeah, the slider was up a little bit away. Good pitch to hit, but didn't hit it.
Two strikes to Wes Chamberlain.
This is the sinker ball, and Wes was over the top of it with his swing. That's really a good pitch to hit too, because it's coming in on the right-hand batter. But you have to get the head of the bat out there a little quicker.
Bouncing ball in the hole, juggled by Clayton and Williams. It is safe all around. It'll be an infield single. And the Phillies have the bases loaded with 2 outs.
Chamberlain kind of fought this pitch off. He didn't have a good swing at it. He topped it. Clayton making the catch, dropping the ball, and
wouldn't have had a play anywhere anyhow.
I don't think so.
And it brings on Tony Longmire. Long is 1 out of 16. Getting a start this afternoon. He takes it low and away for a ball, 1-0. Ground ball, second base. Robbie Thompson will retire Longmire, and the Phillies are down in the first, but get a run on Dystra's leadoff homer. 3 hits. No errors. Phil's lead loaded at the end of 1. It's 1-0 Phillies.
Lately, other long-distance companies have been throwing numbers at you on how much they're positive they can save your business over AT&T. Hey, anybody can juggle numbers, right? Truth is, they're tossing around these numbers without comparing similar plans and discounts, domestic or international, because if they did, there wouldn't be much left to juggle. We're telling you this because at AT&T, we don't want anyone to do a number on you. For the true figures, call us. Let AT&T work for you.
Where there was once only a place to sit, there's now a convenient place to relax. Where there was once only unusable space, there's now an ingenious storage system of interchangeable bins, trays, and cargo netting. Where there was once only upholstery, there's now a place for an office. And where there was once only a truck, there's now Dodge Ram.
Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. See it at your nearest Dodge dealer.
How big is the Great Heckinger Lawn and Garden Sale? How about 19 million pounds of topsoil, just 97 cents a bag?
I'm gonna need a new hoe.
Or 6,000 Ryobi gas string trimmers for $59 each.
That's enough to whack all the weeds in the Western Hemisphere.
Hundreds of tools, supplies, and more at 10 to 30% off. But hurry, the Great Heckinger Lawn and Garden Sale ends Saturday, May 14th. Better go to Heckinger.
It's a truckload sale, so I bought a truck.
After one inning of play, it's the Phils 1 and the Giants nothing. Upcoming telecasts of Phillies baseball include Monday and Tuesday night against the Padres, tomorrow night on Prism, Tuesday night on PHL 17. Both games at 7:30. Barry Bonds will lead it off for the Giants here in the second. Bonds hitting at .236. Surprising to look at the leaderboard and see him among the league leaders in only one category, and that is walks. But he has been a tough out for Tommy Green in his career. .467 lifetime hitter against Green with 3 homers. On the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike to Bonds.
The best way to pitch him is to walk him and pick him off first. Don't do that very often either.
Line drive, but at John Kruk. Bonds is out, 1 down.
And get him to pop up to the first baseman.
Brings on Royce Clayton. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Clayton's hitting at .288. Send along our best wishes for a speedy recovery to Peter Dana, longtime Phillies fan, recuperating at Holy Redeemer Hospital. 2 balls and no strikes. Popped him up. Way up in the air. Who wants it? Mariano Duncan makes the call on the catch. Duncan takes charge in the infield. Trying to throw it around. He ended up hitting the base runner, Clayton.
The ball was hit so high that Clayton was almost second base by the time he caught it.
Brings up Todd Benzinger. Benzinger hitting at .225. Switch hitter, hitting better left-handed than right. Benzinger struck out a lot this year, 23 times. 1 ball and 1 strike. I think one of the problems with the Giants offense is the absence of the thrill.
They have to miss that bat.
Mickey Morandini throws out Benzinger. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Phils.
We are Philadelphia's movie station. And here's what's coming up in May. Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman come together in the all-time classic Casablanca. Sigourney Weaver gets caught up in 2 nights of terror in both Alien and Aliens. Clint Eastwood is back as Dirty Harry in The Enforcer. Jean-Claude Van Damme enters the ultimate competition in Bloodsport. Kevin Kline leads an all-star cast in the hilarious Soap Dish. All coming in May on Philadelphia's Movie Station.
At Geo, we've thought a lot about safety. That's why Geo Prism comes with standard dual airbags and available anti-lock brakes. In addition, it's equipped with a rugged steel safety cage. You see, we not only want to make accidents easier to avoid, we also want to make them easier to walk away from.
Call 1-800-GET-TO-KNOW and get to know Geo Prism with over 100 standard safety features.
What would you do with a Motorola pager?
Mom's at home! Pager.
With a Motorola pager, the important people in your life can always reach you.
Cool, this works.
The affordable, portable Motorola pager.
Well, today all youngsters got caps on Fanatic's birthday, but we have a great giveaway item for women. 15 and over, Sunday, May 15th, when the Phillies take on the Buccos from Pittsburgh. Big white oversized T-shirt. Features a great Phillies logo on the front. Perfect for all occasions like the beach, pool, picnic, or just around the house. Great way to wear your Phillies colors. Compliments of Thriftway. Oversized T-shirts for all women 15 and over when the Phillies play the Pirates Sunday, May 15th at 1:35. For tickets, call 463-1000. 2 balls and no strikes to Mickey Morandini. He's batting at .242. Base hit center field. So Morandini is a leadoff base runner with the Phillies' 4th hit already off Bill Swift. Bring up Tommy Green, who probably will be bunting, although Green knows how to swing the bat. Tommy's 1 for 4 this year, a .218 lifetime hitter with 4 career homers. Both these pitchers are hitting well above the Mendoza line lifetime. A couple of pretty good hitting pitchers. Giants look for the bunt from Tommy Green. Gets the bunt down. Bill Swift juggled momentarily. He might have gone to second base. He had thoughts about second. Morandini got there in a hurry. Had he not juggled, though, he might have attempted the out at second base. But the sacrifice is good.
Yeah, he wanted to go there. He was going to whip around and fire, but couldn't get a grip on the ball, and that cost him the play at second.
Brings up Lenny Dykstra, who hit a leadoff home run. Barry Bonds, as he did at Candlestick Park, plays pretty close to the line, the left field line, for left-hand hitters. He does that for almost all the left-hand hitters. Going to take away the double down the line. There's a big gap between Bonds and Darren Lewis in left center. 0-2 to Lenny Dykstra.
Had a good pitch to hit there, and I believe had he hit it, it would have been headed towards that left center field area. He's up there as a defensive hitter now, just trying to hit it good somewhere.
One ball and 2 strikes to the dude. In and out of the glove of Reed, so Lenny still has life. Bill Swift's ERA coming into this game 1.82. That's third best in the National League. He led the league in ERA 2 years ago with a 2.08 earned run mark in '92. The only pitchers with better ERAs, Greg Maddux at 1.12 and Greg Swindell from Houston at 1.80. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Pitchers say that every pitch should be a purpose pitch. You throw it for some reason. And that's the way Swift pitches. Every pitch he throws is, he doesn't waste many pitches out there.
Cued off the end of his bat. Williams is going to have to hurry. Didn't get him. Infield single. And the Phillies have runners at first and third with 1 out.
It's that swinging bunt type play. Matt Williams made a good play on it. Ball bounces right up there. Strong throw. Just made it. Very close.
But he beat it. Mariano Duncan struck out his first time up. His job here is to try to put the ball in play. Duncan's had a good series. He's had 5 hits in this series, but Swift has been a long-time nemesis for Dunk. 1 for 20 lifetime against Swift. Played off that low pitch. 1 ball and no strikes.
Giant pitchers really go to first a lot. I think that started with Roger Craig. He had pitchers going over there all the time.
I guess he didn't foul that, did he?
Not the way he went after it.
I'm a little surprised that Dykstra didn't move up on that ball. It got quite a ways away from catcher Jeff Reed.
When you see that catcher
chasing it
in a hurry, he didn't foul it. No, he was above it.
One ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 to Mariano Duncan.
The catcher Reed is really fighting that low sinker ball.
Misses the slider. 2-2.
That's a good pitch right here. Around that outside corner. Duncan was trying to pull it. That's a pitch you almost have to go the opposite way, or you don't hit it.
Philly runners first and third. Dykstra at first and Morandini at third with one out here in the second. Phils lead 1-0. Struck him out. So that's a big strikeout for Swift. 2 of them for him now. Duncan's been the victim both times, and it brings on John Kruk.
That was not a good at-bat by Mariano. He'd be the first to tell you. He chased a couple of bad pitches and struck out on a real bad one.
Kruk lined out to right his first time up. One ball and no strikes. Two and nothing.
Good patience there by Kruk on those two low sinkers. A lot of hitters chase that pitch.
Over. It's 2-1. One nothing Phils here in the second. Two and two to John Kruk. Looped into center, a base hit. Dykstra will go to third. Morandini scores, and it's a 2-0 ball game and an RBI single by the Krucker. Big 2-out hit for John Kruk. Phillies had a chance to break it open in the first with the bases loaded.
Kruk really fought the pitch off. Didn't get a whole lot of the ball, but enough of it. Dusty Baker was talking about the 2-out hits that are so important to a ball club, and Phillies had one of those in the first game of this series, and now Kruk just picked one up. Couldn't get him last night.
Here's Dave Hollins. He singled his first time up. Ground ball deep, short, off the glove of Clayton. No play anywhere. Coming in to score Dykstra. It's 3-0 Phils. It'll be a base hit for Dave Hollins.
It's amazing. Clayton has such a good glove, and he's dropped a couple of balls in that hole. Dropped one like that earlier. off Chamberlain's bat.
On that one, he was kind of screened by Matt Williams, but not on this ball by Dave Hollins. I think he might have had a play at second.
Yeah, I think he did have a play at second. That's what he was going to try to do. Dusty Baker's going out to the mound, and we're getting bullpen action out of the Giants. That's a 7th hit for the Phillies off Bill Swift here, and they're just 2 outs into the 2nd inning. A couple of them have been scratch hits. Some of them have been hit pretty well, though.
He's already thrown 48 pitches, and we're only in the 2nd inning.
Still not out of the inning.
No, he's got a guy that hits him pretty well, Darren Dalton, coming up. Dave Burba, the right-hander, gets up. Dalton walked his first time up. So a couple of big 2-out hits in this inning. After Duncan's strikeout, it looked like it might be a frustrating inning again for the Phillies, but Kruk delivers a 2-out hit. Hollins a 2-out hit. Neither of them scalded, but both hits. 1 strike to Darren Dalton. One. Kruk at second, Hollins at first, 2 runs across. Dalton in the hole, a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball, just fair. Takes a high hop at 2 Benzinger, and that will retire the side. But the Phillies pick up 2 in the inning. They do it with 4 hits. No errors, 2 men left. The end of 2, 3-0 Phils.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Bob. How's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
Great. Game's almost on. Got any Bud Light? Sorry, I'm fresh out.
Fresh out. Fresh out.
Well, I'm out of here.
Hide the Bud Light. Joe's coming over. Hide the Bud Light.
Big mouth. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Come on, where'd you hide the Bud Light?
It's in the garage. In the garage.
If you're looking to buy an Accord, Altima, or Camry, don't do it. Check out the all-new 95 Hyundai Sonata first. Sonata with standard dual airbags costs $3,400 less than Camry. But only Sonata's got more passenger room, air conditioning, and an AM/FM stereo cassette standard. And right now, you can lease one for just $199 a month. So if you want more car for less money, Sonata is the car to drive. Test drive the all-new Sonata with dual airbags at your nearest Hyundai dealer today.
Lately, other long-distance companies have been throwing numbers at you on how much they're positive they can save your business over AT&T. Hey, anybody can juggle numbers, right? Truth is, they're tossing around these numbers without comparing similar plans and discounts, domestic or international, because if they did, there wouldn't be much left to juggle. We're telling you this because at AT&T, we don't want anyone to do a number on you. For the true figures, call us. Let AT&T work for you.
You don't want to be all wet? Come get a free beach towel featuring the NL Championship logo for kids 14 and under. Compliments of MAB Paints when the Phillies take on Houston and the Wild Thing. Sunday, May 29th, 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Our trivia question of the afternoon is brought to you by Dodge. Can you name the all-time Major League? We're into fathers-sons this year. All-time Major League Jeff Reed leads it off for the Giants. Reed's 1 out of 16. Doesn't get a chance to catch too much. Kurt Manwaring does the brunt of the catching.
I guess you wouldn't take Lou Brock and his son, would you?
Nope. Both had to have played Major League Baseball. And Gary Sheffield hit another home run for Florida.
It's one every day, doesn't he?
I'm telling you. He has 11 now.
Be down there at the end of the week.
Guess that might be why he leads the league in intentional walks. Fouled back and right into the booth next to our radio booth, right into Lee Thomas's booth, where Del Unser undoubtedly caught it on a fly. First hit of the game for the Giants is off the bat of Jeff Reed. Leveled off on a high pitch.
High slider or curve, way out of the strike zone, but he.
Tony Gwynn, Phil Plantier, and the Padres move in tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. All of the games are at 7:35. Plan to be on hand as the Phillies try to pay back those Pods. For tickets, call 463-1000 or stop by any one of the local Ticketmaster outlets. One strike to Bill Swift. Swift is hitting 182. Lifetime a 218 hitter. And he's looking down at Wendell Kim to see if the bunt is still in order. One ball and one strike. Led the Giants with 21 hits last year. He gets the bunt down nicely to Kruk. Only one play to first. Swift is out on the sacrifice. Kruk, DeMore, and Deeney moves Reed to second. And we'll bring up the top of the order, Darren Lewis. Lewis struck out his first time up. Phil's lead 3-0 here in the third. Pitching matchups for the San Diego series tomorrow night. Danny Jackson against Andy Ashby. Tuesday night it'll be Jeff Juden and Donnie Elliott. And on Wednesday, Ben Rivera and Andy Benes. Final three games of this short homestand. Ooh. 1-1. One ball and two strikes. High, it's 2-2. Tommy lifetime 36 wins, 19 losses. 3-1 lifetime against San Francisco. Good career ERA of 3.46 against the Giants. Jammed him and he fists a foul backing out of play.
Kurt Schilling pitched a great game, lost it last night, 1-0. Jeff Juden there with him. What do they call those blue shades they're wearing?
You know, I'm not sure. A lot of the players wear them. I'm not sure what brand of shades they might be. Just missed, full count. They're hip, though. You ought to get a pair of those.
Yeah, I really look good in those, wouldn't they? They probably got them free wherever they got them.
Chase ball 4, and he fouls it back off into the upper deck. Didn't chase that one. That was too high and out of the strike zone. So the Giants with 2 men on base and 1 out. That's the second walk given up by Tommy Green. The batter will be Dave Martinez, who grounded to short his first time up. Bills lead 3-0 here in the 3rd inning. He's high with it, and Darren Dalton calls time. A little concerned in that the last 3 pitches have been high and out of the strike zone. Should indicate that he might be opening up a little bit. Lots of youngsters in attendance today on Fanatic's birthday. All youngsters getting a cap with the Fanatic on the front. There's the cap given away. Good breaking ball. 1-1. Dirt. So Tommy is digging a hole for himself here. Gave up a leadoff hit to the 8-hole hitter and has walked Darren Lewis. 2 balls and a strike to Martinez. You don't want to put people on base with the meat of the order coming up. Cued off the end of his bat. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. Again off the end of his bat, and he fouls it off.
He needs a good pitch here. Martinez has hurt the Phillies in the past. He's hitless in this series.
Oh, just missed.
I think he had the good pitch, but he didn't get the call.
Full count to Dave Martinez. Here is the pitch. Yeah, a little bit outside, Whitey.
But that doesn't usually make any difference.
Runners go, but he walked him. Third walk, 2 of them in this inning, and the Giants have the bases loaded with 1 out. Johnny Padres is going to come out and talk to Tommy Green. So what you don't want to do is put Giants on with the meat of the order coming up. Jim Fregosi in the Phillies dugout.
Well, you just don't want to give things away when you have a 3-run lead. You want them to earn them. 2 of these base runners are walks.
Robbie Thompson walked his first time up. Judging by that pitch, you would have to think that Johnny Padres said, Tommy, go after him. Let's go. Quit nibbling. Challenge him. A little bit wide, 1-1. Chased the low and away slider. He helped Tommy Green there, and Robbie Thompson knew it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Thompson thought he was going to get the fastball. It was a real bad pitch.
Strikes on a slider on the outside corner. That's out number 2. Robbie Thompson didn't like the call. 3rd strikeout for Green. Here's the pitch.
Yeah, you don't dare complain too much on a pitch like this because you just swung at one a lot worse than that one.
Brings on Matt Williams. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the 3rd. He chased a low breaking ball. So Thompson and now Williams helping Green. Going after bad pitches. Fastball, and he checked his swing and fouled it, so Green has him in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. He'll try to get him to fish for a low and away slider here, I would think. No balls and 2 strikes. A slider. It was wide. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. They're loaded with Giants with 2 outs here in the third. Ground ball foul. Still 1-2.
I think he made that pitch a little too good. Gave Williams a pretty good swing. It was a slider, but it was over the plate.
Yep, out over the plate.
Would have been a good pitch had he not swung, but he's not going to be taken much.
Tried to get him to chase away again, and he didn't. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tommy's thrown 30 pitches here in this third inning. 59 total. In the air to center field. It's deep. Dykstra racing back. Can't get it. Falls down at the track. 3 runs will score. Matt Williams rolls into third. The ball loose in the infield. The Williams holds. A 3-run triple for Matt Williams, and this game is tied at 3-3.
Thought for a second that Dykstra was going to catch that ball. He was playing him deep. Looked like he had a pretty good jump. That slider out over the plate. Hit it well. See Dykstra on the run here.
Just couldn't catch up to it. So this game is tied here in the third, and Barry Bonds the batter. Bonds lined out to John Kruk his first time up. The bases on balls really hurting Tommy Green in this inning. Sharply hit, but foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Williams now with 22 runs batted in. He has been most of the Giants' offense this year. Two balls and a strike. He committed. 2-2.
This fellow's so dangerous. He's only hitting .233. Probably makes him more dangerous.
Struck him out. Took something off the slider. 4th strikeout for Tommy Green. That'll retire the side. The Giants tied with 3 runs, 2 hits. The big blow, a bases loaded triple by Williams. No errors and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. We're tied at 3-3.
There's no one else on the field like him. I hear he's a big milk drinker. I can tell. That energy, and that strength, that body.
Forget it, girls. He's taken.
Milk, whole, low fat or non-fat. It does a body good.
Welcome to the Mazda Exceptional Sales Event.
Get exceptional deals on the Mazda 626 with loads of standard features. And an MSRP starting $1,500 less than a comparably equipped Camry DX. Lease a 626DX for $199 a month with just $750 down. But hurry, leases like this on 626 won't last long.
See your Mazda dealer today.
Mazda, it just feels right.
You can't use a mobile phone to tell your boss you're running late.
You said 2:45, right?
To tell your client you're stuck in traffic.
Look at him. Where is he?
Or tell your wife your car's broken down.
Temperature dropping rapidly towards this evening. The showers...
Unless...
Hello?
The call goes through. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Bud Light. Day in and day out, at home or on the road, you can count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never lets you down, so make it a Bud Light. By Pico Energy, there's a new kind of energy around here, Pico Energy. And by Motorola Pagers. Never miss an important call. Pocket a pager from Motorola. Wes Chamberlain leads it off. He has an infield single. 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Dribbles the ball, but backhanded by Swift, and he throws out Chamberlain. Our trivia question of the afternoon is brought to you by Dodge. Can you name the all-time Major League father-son stolen base leaders?
About the Bonds.
Excellent guess. Incorrect, however.
You're kidding.
Bobby and Barry Bonds have combined for 745 stolen bases, but there is a father-son team that has more.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, that's because Longmire pops it up to the shortstop Clayton, who's fighting the sun, and makes the catch.
Bobby Bonds had 461 stolen bases.
That's because the father in this case, his son, had a pretty good career, but not a really a well-known major league player. The father was a very prolific base stealer.
How about the Hamiltons?
Sliding Billy and his son Billy Jr.?
Yeah.
No. One strike, two Morandini. There's that Kane Callis. His cousin Kelly Bell. Two strikes. His son's nickname was Bump.
The Wills.
Maurice Morning Wills and Bump Wills, 782. Bump really didn't.
No, he wasn't a big base stealer. Of course, Maury stole everything in sight.
Line drive down the right field line, going to the corner. Morandini will get two on it. Stand-up double for Mickey Morandini. That is the Phillies' 8th hit off Bill Swift. 8 hits. Giants have just 2, but the Giants are tied with the Phils.
He really nailed this pitch. That sinker ball, he reached out and got it.
Tommy Green a chance to help himself here. 1 for 4 this season, lifetime of .218 hitter. Misses the slider. Fists a foul behind the Phillies dugout. 0-2. Stays alive with a foul ball, still 0-2.
Can't believe how shallow Barry Bonds plays in left on Green. Green can hit the ball.
He rips a foul down the left field side. Still 0-2. Evidently, Lenny Dykstra was injured on that triple off the bat of Matt Williams because Milt Thompson is in the on-deck circle. So Lenny must have been hurt crashing into the fence. Pops a foul, and it's going to drift out of play. Right on top of the dugout. So
here's Lenny on that triple. Now he fell out there and he didn't get up. He laid there, and that's one reason. He hit the bottom of that fence pretty hard.
Jammed his right shoulder, it looks like. We'll get a report as soon as we can.
He's had 2 broken collarbones in his career.
Well, I hope it is nothing serious. Lenny has scored 2 runs already today with a homer and a single. Leads the league in runs scored now. Wild pitch. Morandini heads for third. One ball and 2 strikes to Tommy Green.
Trying to get Green to go after that slider out there, and that was a nasty pitch to try to block.
Hit to right field. Green gives himself the lead, 4-3. An RBI single by Tita Green.
Can't believe that Dave Martinez threw that ball home. I mean, there was no play at home. There might have been a play at first if Benzinger had hung onto the bag, because this is a low liner. He fired that ball home, and Morandini was on third.
Morandini's already in the dugout.
Yeah.
Here's Milt Thompson pinch hitting for Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra forced to leave the game when he jammed his shoulder on the fence. Milt hitting at .292, dribbles the ball to shortstop. Clayton to Thompson for the force there. But the Phils take the lead on the RBI hit by Tommy Green. A run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Chris Wheeler and Andy Musser join you in the 4th at the end of 3 innings of play. 4-3 Phillies.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
And I am Mr. Gallywikich.
You mean Dr. Galakowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Toyota Corolla, $12,098.
Honda Civic, $11,750. Ford Escort, $10,550. Mazda Protege, $89.95. Just $89.95, and you get a better basic warranty, plus lots of other good things. So if you're in the mood for a great value, here it is. But hurry, the supply is limited. Don't let yours get away. See your Mazda dealer now for the $89.95 Mazda Protege. Mazda, it just feels right.
Introducing the lineup of your favorite Phillies Photo Ball baseballs. Play ball! Collect all 5 at Burger King for only $2.99 each. Here's the play-by-play on how. Slide into your participating Burger King restaurant. Buy any delicious value meal. Run home with 1 Phillies Photo Ball. Let's replay. Slide. Buy. Score! Collect a different photo ball each week for $2.99 at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way. What a steal!
Sunday, May 2nd at 1:35, Phillies and the Mets. A terrific gift for all the kids 14 under. A large-size growth chart featuring the Fanatic and Darren Dalton. Full color and extra big. Compliments of Mid-Atlantic Milk Marketing Association. Here's the number to call for your tickets, 463-1000, or stop by any one of the many local Ticketmaster outlets. Milt Thompson remains in the ball game. He'll play center field, and we will await a report on Lenny Dykstra. But Wheels, it appears as though it's some kind of a shoulder injury.
Well, he went into that wall pretty hard out there in center field, chasing Matt Williams' triple, and it looked like Lenny was almost kind of stumbling at the end, and he wasn't able to brace himself for the collision with the wall, which, even though it's padded, you know, he still took a pretty good blow. So just wait and see, and hopefully he's okay.
Meantime, the Phillies have regained the lead. It is 4-3 Phillies. And Royce Clayton, the leadoff hitter, out on a pop-up to Duncan, the Phillies shortstop, first time up. Clayton's always been a tough out for the Phillies. A .318 lifetime batting average off Phil's pitching. Last inning, Tommy Green had a difficult inning. Made a lot of pitches, faced 7 batters. He was really not challenged over the first 2, though.
Yeah, he labored in that inning. He had a tough at bat from Lewis and Martinez and Williams, all 3 of them. And Matt Williams finally beat him with a breaking ball away, and Matt Williams will do that at this point in his career.
Quickly 0-2 here on Clayton. The report on Lenny is a contusion of his lower back. Outside 1-2. You never want to say a back injury is a good injury, because it isn't. There's Lenny, and you can see he was out of control, and he slammed up.
Yeah. Now you can see where his back slammed in there too. We were looking at his shoulder and that area, and it was his back.
A pop foul here. Kruk is over, but that's about 5 rows back.
All you can hope is that it hurt him a lot right now, and that he'll be able to come back real soon, because there's a couple guys Phillies cannot afford to lose, and he's obviously one of them.
Right now they're making good without Kevin Stocker in the lineup. Stock's been out for this entire series. Pop up, shallow right field. Chamberlain coming on, holding off Thompson. Chamberlain makes the catch. 1 down in the Giant 4th inning. Todd Benzinger now coming up. Tommy Green has held the Giants to just 2 hits, but one of them was that bases clearing triple by Williams. Benzinger grounded out to second base, his only time up today. Tough job filling in for Will Clark. That's the job they assigned to Benzinger initially, not only as a first baseman, but as a number 3 hitter as well. Now in the last couple of games, they've started to move him around the lineup a little bit.
They have a guy named J.R. Phillips at AAA who they think is their first baseman of the future, but they're trying to take their time with him, and we'll see whether they'll be able to do that or not. He is a left-handed hitter with some power.
2 balls and a strike on Benzinger.
Benzinger has always been a much better right-handed batter than left, and I think he's getting exposed a little bit now that he's having to play so much and bat left-handed this much.
High fly to Thompson, just in the ball game. Milt had to wait a while for that one. Benzinger is the second out of the inning, and now Jeff Reed will bat. Jeff singled and scored first time up. He had a tough start to the year as the backup catcher. He went 0 for his first 13. So needless to say, when you mention his batting average of 118, it doesn't sound like much, but coming from 0 for 13, that's not too bad.
Manwaring has been struggling so much. I guess they figure they need to give him a day off once in a while anyway, and then they get Reed in here against Tommy Green, who's tough on right-handed batters. Manwaring's been hitting, in this series at least, looks like he's feeling for the ball, hitting everything to right field.
High, 1 ball, 1 strike. Giants have a bus ride coming up to New York. They'll be playing the Mets the next 3 days. Phillies stay home. The Padres coming to town. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-2 on Jeff Reed. Just inside. Dalton took a step toward the dugout. Thought he might have gotten the corner. It's 2-2.
He tried to steal one, then you could see him pull his glove in quickly. Ball was inside. Watch him yank it back. But he didn't get it. Good try.
Reed has a cut. It's still 2-2 on the Giants backup catcher.
Greg Bonin, affectionately called Pee Wee by his colleagues, wouldn't have none of that.
Were you down there hanging around with umpires again today?
Hanging around with them a little bit before the game, yeah. They always have a different perspective on things because they're very objective.
On the ground, Morandini playing very deep, as you can see. Gets it over to first. Down in order, and the Phillies lead it 4-3.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
Danny DeVito.
$5 million.
Schwarzenegger. DeVito. Arnold.
Good night.
Danny.
Who knew?
Arnie. Dan.
We're twins. That's right.
Big A.
Twins.
Little D.
Yuck.
Don't talk back.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito are
Born to be bad.
twins. Monday at 8 on PHL 17.
I wonder what the warranty covers. How does Prism's 24-hour roadside assistance work anyway? Can I get anti-lock brakes? Are the dual airbags really standard?
Before you buy a new car, you have a lot of questions. Call 1-800-GET-TO-KNOW and get to know all the answers about the Geo Prism.
How about if I just take this one?
Any mulching mower can chop up grass. But the Honda Harmony lawnmower has an exclusive twin blade that cuts grass into fine particles and returns them to your lawn as fertilizer. There's no need to bag or dump clippings. And you get a better end result. The Honda Harmony mulching mower. Nothing's easier. For a free video, call 1-800-MULCH-21.
Good afternoon. I'm Neil Hartman with a sports break in the American League this afternoon. 4 runs in the first inning for the Royals. They lead 4-0 in the third against Milwaukee. 6-1 Detroit out in front of Chicago in the fifth. In the third inning, Minnesota has a 1-0 advantage over Toronto. It's 3-3 between Texas and Cleveland in the sixth. New York, Oakland at 4:05. 4:35 start between Baltimore and Seattle. And a late start in Anaheim tonight between Boston and California. It is 4-3. The Phillies lead. We go to the bottom of the fourth to Wheels and Andy back at the vet.
Okay, Neil, 4-3 it is as the Phillies had an initial 3-0 lead. Found the Giants tying them up and now have reclaimed the lead by 1. Mariano Duncan is going to lead it off for the Phillies. Duncan has struck out both times up today, but he is enjoying a good series. 5 hits and 9 at-bats. Certainly a key role in the victory here Friday night.
Has a lot of trouble with a breaking ball from Swift. Swift throws Duncan more breaking balls than most hitters because Swift's best pitch really is his sinker ball. There he started him with a sinker down and in, and Duncan hooked it foul. Mariano wants to get, doesn't want to get behind in the count to this guy. You can tell because when he gets behind, then he gets that breaking ball, and he just doesn't seem to see it very well.
In his career, Duncan is just 1 for 21 off Swift.
Birthday wishes today to Linda Pastore and Pat Sheridan. Happy birthday.
1 ball, 1 strike on Duncan. On the ground, Matt Williams slows it, and it goes by Clayton. He got his glove on it, and that cost the Giants the play. That'll be a hit for Duncan. Right off the glove of Williams.
Andy, you and I were talking earlier about Bill Swift on AstroTurf, and here's another example. He's a sinker ball pitcher. That ball is beaten down into the turf and scoots by Matt Williams. Now, in Candlestick, a lot of these ground balls that the Phillies are hitting today are outs. Here on turf, they're base hits because they're just a little bit left or right of the fielders. Swift is much better suited to pitch on grass and dirt with his sinker ball.
Believe it or not, that's hit number 10 for the Phillies. Here's John Kruk. He has one of them. It was an RBI single. John takes a strike.
10 hits, but 8 of them singles, so they haven't been able to produce a lot.
And the Giants with 2 hits, but one of them a bases loaded triple. So we have funny looking totals on that scoreboard, but the Phillies lead at 4-3. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. You think about the Giants defense as being almost foolproof, but the Giant defense cost Swift a victory in his last start at Montreal. He gave up 3 unearned runs in that ball game, and that cost him. There goes Duncan, and the ball is lined past Clayton into the gap. Backhanded by Bonds, holding Kruk to a single. So many times this year we saw the Phillies cover with a guy and then the ball go through, and here it's gone the other way.
Yeah, and usually it's a ground ball, but that was a line drive. It appeared they were playing hit and run. They don't do that often. And Kruk hits a rocket, and Swift knew he had made a bad pitch. Clayton moved, and the line drive goes to left center. Look how quickly. No wonder Bonds could play the line the way he does, because he gets to his left so fast. It's hard to believe he cut that ball off then.
He is an amazingly gifted athlete. So the Phillies have first and third. There are no outs, and Dave Hollins is coming up. Dave is 2 for 2 today, a pair of singles, one of which drove in a run.
Kevin Rogers, a left-hander, starting to heat up.
Rogers hasn't been in a game in over a week. He was bothered by the flu for a while.
Hollins almost got himself a base runner and the third base coach.
They both reacted, didn't they? There's the left-hander Rogers, just getting over a bout with the flu. Second time today the Giants have had their bullpen up. They had Burba up earlier today. Well, Swift has given up 11 hits. Nothing and 2 now on Hollins. The Giants infield plays at double play depth. They would trade a run here to get 2 outs.
Swift came into this game 11 hits under innings pitched, so
he's going to get him back easy, isn't he?
Yeah, he just got there real fast.
You know they want that double play ground ball here if they can get it. It's tough because Hollins runs so hard.
And Swift is equipped to throw a double play ball with anybody in the league because of that sinker he throws. But he wants to get it in a good spot. He got a ball up just then to Kruk, that Kruk line to left field. That was it. That's what he wanted. He wanted that sinker down and away. And Dave just barely fouled off a pretty tough pitch.
Probably a ball, but when you're up there with an 0-2 count on you, you don't want to take the close ones.
Yeah, and Hollins has had a few called third strikes on him the last few games. And, you know, that'll prey on a guy's mind after a while.
Got some dark clouds moving in atop Veterans Stadium at the moment.
Swift moves to first a lot, not because he's worried about base stealers, but because he really wants to keep that double play in order as much as possible and keep the base runner close.
This time Kruk has to dive back to make sure he gets in.
Yeah, Kruk does not have a big lead.
No, not by any means.
It's not like he has a lead off there that's drawing a throw.
Hollins hits it hard, but foul.
Nice juggling grab by that guy.
Really?
Swift made a mistake with a slider then. He's been throwing Hollins sinkers away. They try to jam him with a slider or even get a strikeout, and he got it up a little bit, and Dave just hooked it foul.
0-2 on Dave. He's got to protect the plate here. No outs in the inning. That's low. 1-2.
Boy, that ball has movement.
And you swing at that one. If you do hit it, you're going to guaranteed hit it on the ground.
No, it's just like hitting a rock.
Hard but foul. Just foul by 2 feet. Duncan, the runner at third base, and Kruk is over at first base. Phillies ahead 4-3, trying to add to it in the 4th inning. Another close pitch. 2-2 on Hollins. Swift has walked only 1 today, but he has given up 11 hits. 80 pitches, 53 of them for strikes so far. That's a high total to have in the 4th inning.
Phillies have not seen Swift struggle quite this much.
Never.
Many times.
Well, they've never beaten him. He's 5-0 lifetime, including a victory this year.
Hollins hanging tough against a tough pitcher. He's had some nasty pitches to try and foul off in this situation when he got behind in the count. Swift is not necessarily a strikeout pitcher either. He will get his strikeouts, but he's more of a type of pitcher that you make contact against.
In the air, not deep enough to get anybody home. Matt Williams. And that's the first out of the inning. So Hollins is unhappy with that at bat. And here comes Darren Daulton. Daulton has had great lifetime success off Philly Swift. Well, Phillies fans, there's a great way to enjoy Phillies baseball. You can join the Junior Phillies Club. For just $5, each member can receive Phillies tickets, Phillies player photos, and a membership card. If you're 14 or younger, you can register by mail or at a Junior Phillies stand inside Veterans Stadium during a Phillies home game. For more information, call the Phillies at 463-1000. Dick Pohl pays a visit to the mound.
And it's raining a little bit right now.
Neither team was able to take batting practice prior to the ball game, and yet it cleared up well before the game started so that the Fanatics' birthday party could continue unimpeded.
Phillies do not want a rain delay because they don't want to sit Tommy Green down and get him back up again.
Darren Daulton now now finds runners at first and third. 1 out in the inning. Today, Dalton has walked and grounded to first. Dalton's all-time numbers off Bill Swift. 6 hits and 20 at-bats, including a pair of homers. Bouncer on the right side. It goes on through for a hit. Duncan scores. Kruk goes to third base. 5-3 Phillies.
Let me ask you something, Andy. You think Bill Swift would ever sign a contract, a free agent contract with an AstroTurf team? No.
I wouldn't wonder. He certainly would put that at the top of his list of considerations, wouldn't he?
I mean, he made a good pitch to Dutch there, and Darren hit the ground ball that he wanted. But on this hard surface, hippity hop, there it goes, right past Robbie Thompson, a good fielder, and into right field. And the Phillies are very happy to take it. But Swift, this is just not a good surface for him to pitch on.
Reed is going to the mound, probably directed by his dugout to do so. Chamberlain's coming up. That was RBI number 21 for Darren Dalton, who is 7th in the league. And here comes Dusty Baker. That's going to be it for Swift.
He does have a right-hander out there who jumped up after we looked at Rogers. So the right-hander is up for Chamberlain. There he is. That's who? Is that Monteleone?
Yeah. 3 1/3 innings for Swift. And he leaves trailing by a couple here.
That's Ralph Frangipani, head of the Phillies ground crew, explaining to crew chief Frank Pulley what the weather conditions are right now.
Got a pitching change here at Veterans Stadium. Phillies lead 5-3 in the fourth. We'll be right back.
Introducing the lineup of your favorite Phillies photo ball baseballs. Play ball! Collect all 5 at Burger King for only $2.99 each. Here's the play-by-play on how. Slide into your participating Burger King restaurant. Buy any delicious value meal. Run home with 1 Phillies photo ball. Let's replay. Slide. Buy. Score! Collect a different photo ball each week for $2.99 at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way. What a steal!
Phillies lead 5-3 here in the fourth inning. Travel arranged through U.S. Air with low Liberty fares between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh on 15 daily flights. Because U.S. Air begins with you. Right-hander Rich Monteleone is the San Francisco pitcher. Appearing in his 10th game since joining the Giants, he's 1-1 with an earned run average of 4. He warms up in the raindrops here at Veterans Stadium. He worked a pair of scoreless innings on Tuesday and Wednesday in Montreal, including a double play in both appearances, Wheels.
You wouldn't think this is going to last very long as you look at Monteleone warming up. As we look off to the top of the stadium to the west, there's a lot of blue sky up there. And I guess that's probably what Ralph Frangipani was telling Frank Pulley, that they don't expect a whole lot of rain. And, you know, there you see the sky. Don't cover the field right now. This isn't going to last very long. But it's raining pretty hard.
Phillies have gone ahead by 2 here as Chamberlain prepares to bat. Monteleone from Tampa, Florida, 31 years of age, pitched with the Yankees. Chamberlain picked up an infield single his first time up. The last time hit one back to the pitcher Swift. It's really coming right now. You can hear it on our microphone. And Frank's going to call time.
Yeah.
Hates to do it, but it's probably going to end shortly. However, at the moment, they don't want the field to become unplayable. That's the problem. Not so much the turf, but the dirt part of the field can get gummy in a hurry. So they're going to cover that real quick, and now it's really coming. So at 3:20, we have a rain delay. Second of the series. We had an 18-minute rain delay here on Friday night after the first 2 pitches of the ball game. And then it cleared up after that, and we had no more problems with the weather whatsoever. At think Frank did the right thing the way it's coming right now.
Yeah, they need to cover up the dirt areas. You know, the turf, you know, that AstroTurf gets wet in the infield, and it's kind of a problem right away. It's going to be wet and be a problem now the rest of the day. But they need to get the dirt part of the field covered up.
They put the tarp on the mound, and it just blew off. Take a shot of the mound, it blew off, and you don't want, that's the area that you least want to get gummy.
Yeah, they just saw that. Another guy's heading back over there, putting it on.
So we've got it coming hard here at Veterans Stadium, but we don't expect it to last long because you're right, there is blue sky just behind us. Well, I would imagine we will have a rain delay that will be similar to the one Friday night, you know, the 20-minute area, and that's about it.
It's a pretty heavy shower. See, there's the blue sky out to the west, and most of the weather in this part of the country comes from west to east, so you think it's going to go away pretty fast, but not fast enough for them not to have to cover things up because it was just raining too hard. Come in here with sunglasses on.
And now you're covering up.
This happened pretty fast.
Yeah, we're scrambling in here because our television booth can get exposed. But for you folks watching, we would certainly encourage you to stay with us, though, because this is not going to last long. We can practically guarantee that. We can practically guarantee that we will be continuing here before too long, so stay with us.
Official rain delay. Whitey just came in to get a sandwich he had stashed here like a squirrel.
Probably. There's the beleaguered David Montgomery, Phillies executive vice president, who is in charge of proceedings here.
Yeah, and David gets his weather forecast. One of the people that helps him out a lot is Dick James out at Schuylkill Valley Nature Center out in Roxborough. And, you know, they have pretty good accurate forecast of how long it's going to take for something to move through the area. And this squall that's coming through here probably is a little heavier than they anticipated.
Kind of surprised prior to the ball game today. It was raining when I arrived at the park. Had to run into the ballpark today, but not long after I was here, they started to take the tarp off the field, and I thought, well, you know, that's kind of taking a little bit of a gamble, but they had a great weather forecast then because we had great weather prior to the ball game, and the birthday celebration for the Fanatic was carried off in 100% clear weather in sunshine. Some water is spilling out of that tarp as they put it on the field. That's left over from the last rainstorm, Wheels. Friday night, probably.
I think the one thing they're worried about right now, Andy, is Green. And, you know, he was not out there throwing at least, you know, and then went and sat down. You know, but Tommy's coming off that shoulder stiffness, and I'm sure they're kicking it around right now. They want him to continue to pitch. They'd like him to have a chance to pick up a win. The Phillies are having bullpen problems, and they're a little short right now in the bullpen. So we'll see what happens, but I know they hope that there's not a long rain delay so that Tommy Green can continue this afternoon. Now it's starting to get a lot brighter fast. It shouldn't rain very long here, it doesn't appear.
It's one of those areas where the ground crew is going to work harder than anybody else. Just about the time they get this tarp on there, they're going to have to take it off.
We hope.
And, you know, that's hard work to get that thing on there. We saw recently in Dodger Stadium when the Phillies were on this last West Coast trip, the Dodgers have one tarp rather than two. And that is very tough to handle. And you also realize that their ground crew doesn't have nearly as much experience as an Eastern ground crew.
Plus, as you mentioned, that tarp was wet. So when they bring it back out, it makes it even harder for the guys that drag. They got a lot of young guys down there pulling that tarp around, but it's a tough job.
Well, while we wait for the rain to stop, and it is a tough job. You might disappear.
That's Danny DeMuzio. He's struggling with it a little bit.
Look out. Let's go to Neil Hartman and check out the scoreboard. Neil?
All right, thank you very much, Andy, and Wheels as well. Boy, that's a tough job there at Veterans Stadium this afternoon right now. And again, we hope to get back to Veterans Stadium with more baseball for you. And right now, we're in the bottom of the fourth, 1 out, 5-3. The Phillies lead the San Francisco Giants. What happened in the early going of the ball game? Let's take you to some of the highlights from the early going of this contest. And we start things off in the bottom of the first inning for Lenny Dykstra. Leads it off for the Phillies with a home run, his third of the season. Phils have a 1-0 advantage. In the bottom of the second, 2-0 Phillies lead after Dykstra got him off to that good start. It would be John Kruk singling in Mickey Morandini and that coming with 2 outs. Phillies take a 2-0 lead. Still in the bottom of the second, Dave Holland's the batter this time. Infield single scores Lenny Dykstra, and the Phillies, still with 2 outs, had runners at first and second. That's all they would manage in that second inning against Billy Swift. It was 3-0. Here's the big blow of the ball game for the San Francisco Giants. Boy, Matt Williams has just killed them. Home run last night, won the ball game. Here, a triple. Lenny Dykstra hits hard into the wall. They say it's his back rather than his shoulder. Obviously, we'll find out more after the ball game, but Lenny went into the wall hard. That cleared the bases. It was bases loaded, and that was with 2 outs, and it was a tied ball game at 3-3. Then it would be Tommy Green helping out his own cause with 2 outs. This in the bottom of the third inning. RBI single to right field for a 4-3 Phillies advantage at that point. And then it would be Darren Dalton singling in Mariano Duncan. This coming in the bottom half of this fourth inning that we're in a rain delay right now. And the Phillies took a 5-3 lead, and that's where we stand right now. Bottom of the fourth, 1 out, 5-3. The Phillies with Rich Monteleone on the hill now for the San Francisco Giants with runners at first and third. And the Phillies right now playing some pretty good baseball. And it all starts with the dude, Lenny Dykstra, getting things going in the bottom half of that first inning. Here's your National League scoreboard this afternoon. St. Louis out in front of Houston 4-1 in the third. Colorado 2 and Chicago 1. They're in the fourth. The Mets lead the LA Dodgers 4-2 in the fifth. Pittsburgh has just taken a 2-0 lead on Atlanta. That's in the sixth. Boy, the Pirates have just given the Braves a lot of trouble. They've won 4 out of 5 in their meetings so far this year. Montreal 1 and San Diego 0 in the seventh. And look at what Florida's doing to Cincinnati, 9-0. They are in the fifth inning. In the American League this afternoon, we have a few other ball games for you to tell you about. First of all, Texas and Cleveland are now 3-3. They're in the bottom of the seventh inning. In the top of the seventh, Detroit has an 8-1 lead on the Chicago White Sox. In the top of the fifth, Minnesota 2 and Toronto 0. Kansas City has a 4-0 lead on 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and they lead 4-0 over Milwaukee in the top of the fifth inning. As you can see, the tarp is on the field still at Veterans Stadium. We hope to get back to baseball at the Vet. In the meantime, we bring you This Week in Baseball.
Fans, this is Mel Allen. You know, one of the great things I remember about Richard Milhouse Nixon was the fact that he was a wonderful baseball fan. Before, during, and following his presidency, the sight of Mr. Nixon at a baseball game was not unusual. It was here he felt at home.
I don't like to sit in a box. I like to sit down on the field. I want to be with the fans. When you're in a box, you find people there that are not there really to talk about baseball. They want to talk about politics or social things. They're not watching the game. And it's much more fun to sit in the field with the fans, to get the feel of it.
In fact, his love of the game of baseball might have led him in a different direction.
If I had a second life, a second chance, I'd go in as a sports writer. Not as a player, but I'd like to write about it, to meet the players, to know them, to feel the game.
He felt the game all right, and he drew from it, embracing the dogma of baseball's best-known philosopher.
Oh, I think Yogi's statement that it ain't over till it's over is the best. That's what you have to learn in politics, for example, that a time that you lose doesn't mean that you're finished. You've got to come back. And I think that's one thing we learn from watching baseball. A team will be behind, but if it keeps its spirit, there's always a chance that it will win. I've never left a game before the last out because I figure that just maybe there'll be a chance to come back.
And for this, we remember Richard Nixon, baseball fan.
This ball is gone! Wow!
2-2 from the Rocket.
You got it! Oh, wow!
Canseco back. It is off his hand.
Well hit down the left field line. Way back and gone!
Goes the runner, Dykstra. What a jump he had, and he's in there. Here's the 1-2. Struck him out, and the Braves.
What a play by Alamo. Grand slam, Craig Thomas. Oh, boy, what a catch. He did it. He did it. No hitter for Jim Abbott.
Fans, in This Week in Baseball, this is a mistake.
And Walker doesn't know how many outs there were.
And it's an ill wind that blows them away in the Lone Star State.
My goodness, you got a gust of wind that came swirling around the stadium.
Coming up next, y'all, right here on This Week in Baseball. Brought to you by New Clear Arid Extra Dry. So clear it's invisible. Get a little closer with New Clear Arid in solid and gel.
I mean, when she gets close, it's no time to get in a sweat.
The protection you need is clear.
If I get close and he smells, no way.
The protection you need is clear. New Clear Arid Extra Dry. The new antiperspirant so clear, it's invisible.
When we're together, who needs distractions?
Get a little closer with New Clear Arid Extra Dry. Solid and gel.
Yeah, I trust Arid.
While undoubtedly a great player, Ben Hogan only managed to win the U.S. Open 4 times. But then, the new age 40s just weren't around in his day.
I value innovative clubs. After all, I play the newest Hogan Apex. But Hogan's gone overboard with these new age 40s. They're too forgiving and too accurate. I strongly believe Hogan age 40s make the game too easy.
You are the thumbs and the eyes. You are the energy and the shine. You are the hope and the voice. You are the rhythm and the gift. You are the open and the steady. You are the angel and the fist. You are the universe. You are the universe.
As you can see behind me, they are taking the tarp off the field at Veterans Stadium. That means we're a few minutes away from baseball again between the Phillies and the Giants, with the Phillies leading 5-3. I'm Neil Hartman back in our PHL 17 studios. One update to give you: Atlanta at Pittsburgh this afternoon. Pittsburgh has scored 4 runs now in the bottom of the 6th. They've just added 2 more on Paul Wagner's double, so it is now 4-0. Pittsburgh leads Atlanta, who is struggling right now, having lost 7 of 9 coming into this contest this afternoon against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's our news and notes segment in the American League. How about Joe Carter of the Blue Jays? He finishes April with 31 RBIs, new Major League record. Lee Smith of the Orioles has 12 saves and 12 opportunities. Boy, he's doing a job for the Baltimore Orioles. Fastest man to get to 12 saves in Major League history. And Jimmy Key of the Yankees, 12-1 in his last 3 April starts. And I'll tell you right now, this guy is pitching some great baseball for the Yankees. Meanwhile, in the National League, Pedro Martinez of the Expos, he has hit 6 batters this season. Don't want to face him if you're a little susceptible to bruises. Steve Finley, meanwhile, of the Astros, he's hit 7. His 7th home run last night. His previous career high is 8. And the Cincinnati Reds, they're off to a terrific start, although they are losing this afternoon as they are taking on the Cincinnati Reds are taking on Florida today and losing 9-0. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. All right, so that more or less gets you updated. And again, you can see they're still taking the tarp off the field at Veterans Stadium. We'll be back to baseball in just a moment. In the meantime, here's another segment of This Week in Baseball.
This Week in Baseball, Scott Erickson of the Twins, who gave up the most hits in the majors last season, gunning for the second no-hitter of this season.
Got him looking!
Erickson did walk 4, and he hit a batter. He also got a scare in the 8th inning.
Herbeck knocks it down, fumbles it, but makes the play.
Leading 6-0 in the 9th inning, Erickson got 2 quick outs before he gave up 2 walks. And it all came down to cleanup hitter Greg Bond.
Fly ball left field. Alex Cole coming in. Meters going out. Cole has it. Erickson has his no-hitter.
lucky, I think. Had some balls hit pretty hard, but they're right at people, and then it didn't seem like too many of the, the softer hits fell in and got where people couldn't get to them.
It's not often that we, in our lifetime, get a chance to be there and witness a no-hitter. To be part of that and sit in the dugout and anguish those last couple outs, it's awful, but it was fun.
And the Yankees are unblemished here in 1994.
Home run! Wow, what a shot by Bernie Williams. The Yankees won it 6-2 today and sweep the series. This ball might go, and the Yankees lead 3-2. Deep left, and this game is tied. Whoa! The Yankees win.
I think everybody wanted to get off to a good start. I think our division is going to be strong enough where you don't want to dig a hole for yourself, where it's going to be hard to jump over a lot of teams if you get behind.
For Paul O'Neill and the Yankees, it's time to knock on wood. They've been scoring runs in bunches lately, and little Luis Polonia is one reason why. Polonia is in his second tour of duty with the Yankees, and he brings the speed and aggressiveness to the top of the lineup that the Yankees didn't have last year.
Well, I think Louis is going to help us a lot. Polonia is going to add a lot of speed to our lineup. He gets on base. He makes a lot of things happen.
There goes Polonia. And Tettleton with a throw, high throw into center field. Louis jumps on it and drills that one to right center.
There goes Polonia. The pitch is a ball, and Polonia's in there. Behind Polonia is the kind of veteran savvy that managers tend to dream of. The old pro Wade Boggs and the always dangerous Don Mattingly.
High and deep to right field. If it stays fair, it is a home run up into the upper deck. Oh, that's the Mattingly of old now.
Boggsy and Mattingly, those guys, they study pitching a lot more than, most hitters do. And hitting's contagious. Those things are contagious. I feel like, when you play with guys like that, have been in the game long enough and been as successful as they had, that it can only help to rub off on you and, hopefully make you a better player.
Well, something is sure rubbed off on O'Neill, and the Yankees hope it's there for good. Paul's hitting over 400 of late and is leading the team in home runs and RBIs.
Fastball hit in the air, deep to right field. Looking up, way back, Sierra, it's gone. Two-run home run for Paul O'Neill. Chopper up the middle, base hit. 5 for 5 tonight for Paul O'Neill. Deep to right field. It is a grand slam. Paul O'Neill takes the grand tour, a no-doubter, into the upper deck in right field.
Looked upon to drive in some runs and, hit the ball out of the park once in a while, but I can't worry about home runs. When I worry about home runs, I get myself in trouble, and I trying to pull things, and that's just not in my best interest. I'm not going to hit my best when I do that.
Hitting their best stride early is a mighty good sign for both Paul and the Yankees in the American League East.
You don't play this game to get close, you play it to win. And obviously everybody's chasing the winning team in Toronto, and we got to figure out how to, get to that point again and then try to get on top.
Time now for this week's quiz, brought to you by Buick. Tony Gwynn had 8 straight hits this week, 2 short of the National League record. Who holds the record of 10 straight hits? The answer right after this.
When I was a teenager, Dad felt so good about Buick quality and safety, he let me drive.
Today, Buicks have better quality than ever. Every Buick has anti-lock brakes. Every Buick has driver or dual airbags. And every Buick has air conditioning refrigerant that won't harm the ozone layer. Everyone can feel good about that.
You want to drive?
Sure. Let's go. I'm riding shotgun.
Welcome back to PHL 17 Studios. I'm Neil Hartman. We will send it back to the Veterans Stadium in just a moment on Fanatic's birthday. There's a big crowd on hand at the Vet And, of course, the Phillies right now leading 5-3. They're in a rain delay right now, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. We hope to get back to baseball in just a moment. They were clearing off the rain off the tarp just moments ago, so we hope to be back playing baseball real soon. In the meantime, we've kept you abreast of what's going on in Pittsburgh this afternoon between the Braves and the Pirates, and a big bottom of the 6th inning for the Pirates, and this was the big blow. Paul Wagner doubled in Lloyd McClendon and Orlando Merced, and this coming with 2 outs to give the Pirates a 4-0 lead. They are now in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it is still 4-0 Pittsburgh. And by the way, Tommy Glavine started that ball game for Atlanta, who started the day on top of the National League East, rather, at 15-8. Montreal in second, and look where the Phillies are, 6 games back at 9-14. So Atlanta, after that torrid start, have calmed off quite a bit, and they're now at 15-8. And of course, the team that has really given them the most trouble this year has been the Pittsburgh Pirates. So that's a look at the National League East standings, and you're up to date on what's going on right now in Pittsburgh. In the meantime, we'll continue with This Week in Baseball. We'll return here in just a few minutes to send you back to Veterans Stadium. Here's This Week in Baseball.
And now, let's answer this week's Buick quiz. The last National League player to get 10 straight hits did it in 1992. He's now Tony Gwynn's teammate. Talking about Bip Roberts. This is the story of 2-time Gold Glove winner Larry Walker, who just couldn't resist this adorable face, but went out too soon.
Piazza in the inner right field. Larry Walker in foul territory. Now Offerman tagged up on that play. And Walker doesn't know how many outs there were. He gave it. Offerman will go back to third.
Well, wait a minute. This is something I don't understand. I think Walker gave the ball to a fan.
He thought that was the third out.
Larry promptly thanked his new friend for his gracious return of the ball.
I thought there was 3 outs. I was in a given mood, wanted to give a kid a ball, and unfortunately there's still another out to go. I guess I was thinking metric. Up in Canada we do it metric, and I thought there was 3 outs.
I'm surprised Walker remembered to show up tonight.
See, he gives it to that kid. Yeah. Now, here's the funny part. He goes back to get it, though. That's what's funny.
It's not going to be the last time I screw up. I might not screw up that bad, but hey, it's the way it goes. You take it with a grain of salt and move on. I got a lot of people asking me for balls now, though.
Good sport, Larry. And you know, Larry did give the boy a ball he could keep. How about that? And now let's bring you up to date on the latest news with Warner Fussell on the ticker.
On Friday night, Mel, in Cleveland, the Indians' Kenny Lofton at bat against the Texas Rangers. Game tied, bottom of the 12th.
There's a long drive, deep right field. Goodbye. Kenny Lofton, with his 3rd home run of the year, makes the Cleveland Indians a 5-4 winner in 12 innings over the Rangers.
Shea Stadium, New York, where Jeremy Burnitz really gets around, but Met teammate Joe Orsulak had him played just right. And in Detroit, a mid-air collision.
Ellie has great control. Watch this. Bang.
Yes, indeed. The Yankees' Luis Polonia was a mid-air specialist in Oakland against the A's.
Under this circumstance, fly ball hit deep to left field. Polonia back, and he leaps. And he makes the catch. What a catch by Luis Polonia as he robs Ruben Sierra of a 3-run homer to end the 1st inning. What a play.
There's a rabbit in the ball wherever you look. And the Mariners' Ken Griffey looks good against the Orioles.
He hammers one to deep center field. Way back. Gone. The game is tied.
Griffey tied it in the bottom of the 8th inning. The next batter with the game winner, Jay Buhner.
Buhner powers one to deep center field. Way back. Gone. Back-to-back homers by Griffey and Buhner, and Seattle has taken the lead.
Finally, at the Astrodome in Houston, it was overtime as the Cardinals tried to hold back the Astros. Bottom of the 11th.
He's going. Bagwell into left field. Gilkey on the move. Over his head, up against the wall. Here comes Biggio. The throw by Ozzie is
presents Men Are Back. In 1986, Al Newman hit his only home run in more than 2,000 at-bats. Well, fans, men are back, because this week Alex Colt hit his first in more than 1,300 at-bats.
That is hit hard to right field, way back there. Carter on the run. It's gone. How about that?
You've been watching This Week in Baseball. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neil Hartman. They are just a couple minutes away from playing baseball at Veterans Stadium as David West warms up behind me. David West most likely will be going in there for Tommy Green. We're in the bottom of the fourth with one out. The Phillies lead 5-3. They have runners at first and third. One note before we send it back to Chris Wheeler and Andy Musser. The Phils' 3, 4, and 5 hitters this afternoon are 5 for 8 with 3 RBIs and a walk. Not bad for the heart of your lineup. Let's send it back now to Veterans Stadium. We're ready for baseball. Wheels and Andy.
All right, Neil, at this point we have had a 26-minute rain delay. We are about ready to resume here. As you can see, it's sunny out, and we're going to continue. Wills, it is bad news, though, that Tommy Green is going to be lifted from this ball game from 2 perspectives. Number 1, he won't be able to win, and number 2, that's a lot of innings out of your bullpen.
Sure is, Andy, and that's what we were afraid of when it started to rain. You know, we thought, well, if the delay is too long, they won't bring Tommy Green out. You know, you have to think about a guy's career. Obviously, you want Tommy Green to win the ball game. You want one of your better pitchers out there. But this is a guy coming off shoulder problems for 2 out of 3 years now. And you just don't want to take a chance, I guess Jim Fregosi and Johnny Padres feel at this point, of sending him back out there. He not only is in the midst of this rain delay that you're going to announce will probably be around a half an hour, but the Phillies were batting for about, what, 10-15 minutes that he had been sitting while they were out there rallying against Bill Swift and a pitching change. So it's been, you know, going on to 45 minutes, 50 minutes before he would have thrown a pitch. And it's a long season. It's only May 1st, and I guess they just don't want him to go back out there.
Well, let's talk a little about Monteleone. He was warming up when the rain came, so he hasn't thrown a pitch in this ball game. They're going to leave him in there, though, because they want him to face Chamberlain, who is the batter due. Remember now, we've got 2 runners on. It's John Kruk over at third base and Darren Dalton, who just picked up an RBI single down at first base.
We only have 1 umpire.
That's all we need, Wheels. The 1 umpire is Frank Pulley. That's all we need. Frank's saying, where are my colleagues?
Where's my crew?
I'm out here at third base. I can't do it from here. If I'm going to work alone, I better at least go to the plate or behind the mound, I guess, right? If you're going to work alone, you'd work behind the mound.
The guys are watching on TV down there, about ready to go.
Sandwich time is over, boys. Monteleone is taking a little extra time to warm up here. He came to the Giants after signing as a free agent in the offseason. And the Giants have added him to their middle inning relief corps out of Tampa Catholic High School. Here they come. One out in the inning. Phillies with a run in. Runners first and third. No count on Chamberlain. He is batting with Monteleone coming into the ball game. Bill Swift, 12 hits off Bill Swift in 3 and a third innings, and that's the most damage the Phillies have ever done to him, as he brought a 5-0 record into the game against the Phillies. Chamberlain today 1 for 2, infield single and a grounder back to Swift. Now Monteleone doesn't like the baseball. You're right, it is going to be a half-hour delay by the time the first pitch is thrown. It's 29 minutes right now. Chamberlain's been in there. He's ready to go. The clock just ticks, so we have a 30-minute rain delay. Fly to left field. Barry Bonds positioning and makes the catch, and Kruk's going to have to stay at third base. So Chamberlain out for the second out of the inning. Longmire coming up now. Tony getting his first start in left field in this ball game this afternoon. He has grounded to second base and popped up to shortstop. During the period right after the rain stopped, we saw the left-hander Steve Fry warming down in the San Francisco bullpen. Monteleone is due to lead off when the Giants bat in the 5th. And they are down by 2 runs, so chances are he may be facing his last batter here. Ball 1 to Longmire. Tony just 1 for 18 at the start of this year. He played more spring games than any other member of the Phillies. And he tied Incaviglia for the club lead in homers with 4 and in RBIs with 17 this spring. But there haven't been many spots for him since the regular season began. 2 outs. Giants defense back at normal depth. Made 2 pitches, got an out and got a swing and a miss.
Seen Monteleone, we saw him a little bit in San Francisco. Fastball, breaking ball, changeup type pitcher. Nothing that really jumps out at anybody. You know, more of a control type pitcher.
To left field. Bonds giving chase over his head. Crooks scores easily. Here comes Dalton to third base. It's a double for Longmire, and the Phillies lead it 6-3.
Well, Bonds, we've been pointing out that throughout the game and throughout the series how Bonds plays all the left-handed hitters over on the line. Monteleone throws a sinker ball out over the plate, and Longmire hits it towards the gap. Now, Bonds runs a lot of these down, but this one he couldn't. The ball really took off on him. It was hit hard, and he couldn't run it down.
They are going to walk Morandini. And we'll see who the Phillies bring out to hit. We don't believe that Tommy Green's going to continue as a pitcher in the ball game. And with David West warming up, chances are the Phillies will go for the kill here. Going to be Ricky Jordan as Morandini gets the intentional pass.
Well, it's an easy decision because Green's already out of the game, and you know he's out of the game because West has been throwing in the bullpen. So they will bring out a pinch hitter, Ricky Jordan, here to try and get some more. Stocker, by the way, could be used to pinch run or bunt if you wanted to use him if you're in a situation where you didn't want to waste a hitter and it was a sacrifice that you needed. Fregosi said you could possibly use him for that. Other than that, they can't use him in the field, and they cannot use him as a pinch hitter. So they're 1 man short on the roster today anyway, and 2 when you consider Dykstra out of the game.
Here is Jordan batting .229, no homers, 3 RBIs. Ricky is 0 for 4 as a pinch hitter so far this year. Phillies have the bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs in to lead it 6-3. Spot for Jordan to do some damage here off Monteleone.
Yeah, this is a spot where the Phillies have not been able to break games open early on in the season. Breaking ball right out of the chute. I mean, Jordan's going to go up there off the bench and swing first ball, fastball. And now they start him with a slider.
There's Steve Fry. We mentioned he was up because the pitcher's spot leads off the top half of the 5th inning for San Francisco. That's over.
There he got his fastball.
Monteleone spending his first year in the National League after being with the Yankees. No balls and 2 strikes on Jordan. Giants bullpen certainly one of the shining areas of this ball club. They just don't give up the lead when they have it late in the ball game. Today, of course, they are playing from behind. Fly ball will not leave the infield, at least not by much. Robbie Thompson is there, and that takes care of the inning. But the Phillies here in the inning pick up 2 runs on 4 hits, and they leave the bases loaded. Phillies lead 6-3.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
When it comes to conversion vans, we know how to help. Start with this Ram cargo van and the power of its Magnum engine. Choose the 5.9-liter V8 and you'll have the highest towing ratings of any comparable van around. Next, our factory-approved converters can give you this seat style, this one, or this one. You can even get a VCR, TV, CD player, a cell phone, video games. But before you add anything, be sure to subtract this. And that equals the Dodge Ram conversion van. See your nearest Dodge dealer today. We know how to help.
For cars designed to perform better with higher octane gasoline, Texaco now gives you new Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium, both with an advanced system of engine cleaning designed to work overtime for the highest performance, lower emissions, and improved mileage. Changing what gasoline can do. New Clean System 3 Power Plus and Power Premium from Texaco. Give us 60 days and watch.
Well, how they scored. Lenny Dykstra led off the ball game for the Phillies with a solo home run off Bill Swift. Phillies got a couple more in the second inning on RBI hits by John Kruk and Dave Hollins. That made it 3-0, and then the Giants struck back off Tommy Green in the third inning on a base hit by Jeff Reed, a couple of walks, and then Matt Williams 3-run triple to left center field, a play in which Lenny Dykstra unfortunately was injured and then had to leave the ball game after that half inning ended. The Phillies have kept adding on, though. They added another run in the fourth inning on Green's RBI single, and in the inning just completed with the rain delay in the fourth, a base hit in there by Darren Dalton knocked in a run, and then Tony Longmire's RBI double. So the Phillies lead at 6-3, Andy, as David West comes on.
Westy is 0-3, appearing in his 10th ball game, a 6.75 earned run average for the left-hander, who is in a spot where he could win this ball game because starter Tommy Green is not eligible. Now the Giants go to the bench and they bring out Steve Scarsoni to pinch hit here. Scarsoni batting .167, 1 hit in 6 at bats. He murdered the Phillies in a series here last summer when he was playing at second base. Passed the short past third base, and then the throw from Duncan is offline. That's a direct product of the wet field here. And that'll be a pinch single for Scarsoni. Base hit.
They're playing a little billiards here. Ball goes off the glove of Hollins over to Duncan. Thinks he still has a chance, and then Kruk has to come scrambling off the bag to save that one from being thrown away. Good play by John Kruk at the end of the play.
Looked like Duncan skidded a bit as he tried to make his plant to throw.
And there you see Kruk recognizing the ball nowhere near the bag, and he better come get it.
That is only the third hit of this ball game for San Francisco. 6-3 Phillies. The batter is Darren Lewis. He's around the bunt in a 6-3 ball game. Kruk will make the play unassisted.
That was for a base hit. He was trying to bunt that ball. West being a left-handed pitcher, he was hoping he would fall off and he could push that ball towards second base, get it past the pitcher, past Kruk towards Morandini, and beat it out for a hit, but he bunted it right at the first baseman.
The batter is Dave Martinez. He has grounded out and walked.
It shouldn't be a sacrifice in a 6-3 game. The score indicates, a lot of times on whether they give a sacrifice or not.
Martinez, who once hit 2 home runs in a game against the Phillies, now here has to face a left-handed pitcher. In on him, ball 1. David West had a great spring for the Phillies. He's not been able to duplicate it here in the regular season so far, and that's been one of the things that has hurt.
I think using him a little early in the game, too, might help him. I think they hope it will help him, you know, not coming in a pressure situation right away.
2 balls and no strikes here on Martinez. Heart of the order coming up, though.
Biggest problem has been lack of control.
That's something that has plagued West throughout his career. Last year was probably his best year insofar as control was concerned. In the air to right field, Chamberlain getting back. Tagging at second base, Scarsoni goes to third. 2 outs in the inning as Martinez flies to right. Robbie Thompson coming up. Phillies ahead 6-3 in the 5th. Thompson has walked and struck out today. He is just 1 for his last 16 on this road trip. Strike to Thompson. Robbie hitting at .203. Saw him batting second in the lineup on Friday night. Moved to the 3 spot last night and still in the 3 spot today despite his slump. Tough to have a guy slumping in your 3-hole.
Again, Matt Williams really picked him up back in that 3rd inning when Thompson struck out with the bases loaded for the 2nd out of the inning, and then Williams cleared him with that triple.
There is Williams.
One of the most dangerous hitters in the league at this point in his career, I think, Matt Williams.
Fouled off the right side. And if Williams should get up here, he would once again represent the tying run in this ball game. David West hoping to prevent that, and he can by getting Thompson ahead of him 1-2.
Well, Fregosi has to juggle the bullpen now with Tommy Green out after 4 innings.
And you know there's a domino effect of that too. It means that when Danny Jackson goes tomorrow night, regardless of how this works out, you're going to be looking for innings out of Danny.
Sure. But Tommy would have pitched more innings today except for the rain delay.
Breaking ball just missed. There's Danny. He'll face the San Diego Padres here tomorrow night. Andy Ashby will oppose at 7:35. Phillies lost all 3 to the Padres last weekend. He fouled off ball 4.
Well, Thompson's always been a guy that's kind of a wild swinger, and he's struck out a lot throughout his career. But he is very, very dangerous, and he likes to pitch up in the strike zone.
He has cut down on those strikeouts, but you're right, they batted him leadoff a lot of times, and he's far from a classic leadoff hitter because of the number of times he fans. A pop-up. Dalton giving chase. Is there room? Yes. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-3 Phillies.
Some people hate to stop for gasoline. We do it for a living. Just going from one Sunoco station to another. Checking to make sure a gallon is truly a gallon. That the octane you pay for is the octane you get. That the gasoline is as good coming out of the pump as it was coming out of the refinery. So next time you're moaning because you have to pull over for gasoline, think of us. We have to stop 1,183 times this year.
Welcome to the Mazda Exceptional Sales Event.
Get exceptional deals on the Mazda 626 with loads of standard features. And an MSRP starting $1,500 less than a comparably equipped Camry DX. Lease a 626DX for $199 a month with just $750 down. But hurry, leases like this on 626 won't last long.
See your Mazda dealer today.
Mazda. It just feels right.
That other long-distance company says they have proof they'll save your business big money over AT&T on international calls. But cut through their proof and you may not be so positive. You see, they're not comparing similar calling plans, and they give you an extra discount on only 2 numbers, while AT&T gives you an extra discount on a whole country. So next time they offer you proof of big savings, remember there are holes in their argument. For the whole story, call us. Let AT&T work for you.
Today's game is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Invites you to test drive the brand new 1994 Mustang convertible. And by Bell Atlantic Mobile. A mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Move to the bottom of the 5th. The Phillies are holding a 6-3 lead over the Giants, and another San Francisco pitcher is coming on now. This is the left-hander Kevin Rogers to work. Rogers appearing in his 9th ball game, his first in over a week, though. He hasn't pitched since last Saturday. He had the flu. A 4.32 earned run average. Thompson leading off, and he gets jammed. Milt batting for the 2nd time since replacing Dykstra in the 3rd inning. Milt grounded out to shortstop. Rogers, 25 years of age, from Cleveland, Mississippi.
He did a nice job for the Giants last year when they had to use Hickerson so much as a starter. And were short out of the bullpen from the left side, and Rogers came on, pitched well for them.
Last year was his first full year with the Major League club. He was 2-2, 2.68 earned run average last year. On the ground, right side, base hit for Thompson. Phillies pick up their 14th hit of this ball game.
Milt committed a little bit early on that, but kept his hands back and put the ball in the hole. They're going to play him up the middle for the most part. Watch how he starts to commit here on a breaking ball. His side flew open, but he kept his hands back enough that he was able to get a pretty good part of the bat on the ball and hit it through the hole on the right side.
And now Duncan. Mariano 1 for 3 today. Single and scored last inning. Phillies are ahead 6-3. Ground ball hit to Williams. Look out. They've led the league in double plays 3 years in a row. And they've turned their first this afternoon. This year they are averaging 1 double play a ball game.
Well, Matt Williams is not only a great offensive player, he's a Gold Glove third baseman. He gets a tailor-made double play ball. Big hop. Fires right to Robbie Thompson. Gives him a good throw, and Thompson can turn it with anybody. They are good at that.
Here's John Kruk, bases empty and 2 out. Kruk is 2 out of 3 today, both singles. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Kruk hitting at .370 as he climbs in. That's in for a strike. John thought it might be a little high. Phillies have never beaten Billy Swift. They've got him on the hook right now. Leading 6-3. Swift knocked out in the 4th inning after yielding all of the runs and 12 of the hits.
They have a huge overshift for Kruk with Darren Lewis playing towards left center. Bonds in his normal spot over near the line. And look at the alley in right center. Pitch him away, play him away.
Pitched him away again. 2-1. Kruk, who missed the first week of the season because of his radiation treatments, has had 2 two-day rests. Way outside. All 3-1.
Yeah, that's a good sign that he's playing a day game after a night game.
In the games he has played, especially here recently, he has given no indication of being run down or anything other than the usual John Kruk. 3-1 pitch. Walked him. Well, John is on for the third straight time. 2 singles and a walk. Dave Hollins will bat. Hollins will turn around and bat right-handed now as Dusty Baker watches. Pretty snazzy wristbands for the skipper, huh? Hollins has 2 hits today, 2 singles, 1 run batted in, 2 out of 3.
Dave has not batted right-handed all that much this year because the Phillies hardly ever see a left-hander.
Well, let's see here. He has had 24 right-handed at-bats. 4 hits, 167 average.
There have been numerous occasions this year where managers have made pitching changes in games to turn him around left-handed. It's really been tough, I think, for him to get his right-handed stroke going because he doesn't see many left-handers.
Ball and a strike on Hollins. Phillies have had hits in every inning of this ball game, and they have scored in every inning until this one. They got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. What's it going to be? One and 2 on Hollins. Big crowd here today to celebrate the Fanatic's birthday. They want to see the Phillies keep on scoring. Close. 2 and 2. Hard hit, but to Clayton. Force out at second base to end the inning, and for the first time today the Phillies don't score. No runs, 1 hit and 1 left, and through 5 it's 6-3 Phillies.
Here's to the cowboy, still a modern day hero, standing up for what's right as he rides across this land. He still earns every dollar to pass through his hands. So here's to the cowboy as he heads for the mountains. No place he'd rather be than right here. So come on along and head for the mountains of Bush Beer.
There's a new kind of energy around here. A company that can meet your energy needs well into the next century without building even one new plant, which means no large increase in the cost of your service. A company whose oil-fired generators will also run on natural gas. Another way to help keep your bill down. There's a new energy company around here, and a new name. Pico Energy, focusing our energies on you.
Roads are built to the limits of the average car. Yet, if everyone drove a Lexus GS with its superior ergonomics, handling, and responsiveness, who knows what the highways would look like? The Lexus GS, for a price that's easy to handle whether you buy or lease at your New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
Fanatic's birthday party, and he is still celebrating here in the 6th inning at Veterans Stadium. Well, the easiest and most most convenient way, I should say, to purchase your Phillies tickets is to buy them directly from the Phillies by phone. Don't get shut out purchasing for some of this year's great baseball action. Look over that schedule now and order in advance. Here's the number to call, 463-1000. Plenty of terrific baseball coming up, so make your plans now. Phillies leading the Giants 6-3. We move to the 6th. Matt Williams, who has had the biggest blow in this ball game for San Francisco, comes up here. He's 1 for 2. That hit was a 3-run triple in the 3rd inning. Tied the ball game at that point.
It's a weird game, out hitting the opposition 14-3 at this point, and and still not feeling all that comfortable in a game.
Primarily because your starting pitcher is out of the ball game and you're in the bullpen, and have been since the 5th. David West gave up a scratch single to start last inning and then got 3 consecutive outs. Let's see how he makes out here facing Williams, Bonds, and Clayton. Williams hitting at .286 right now. Doesn't chase as many bad ones as he used to, huh?
Oh, no, not even close. Especially from right-handers. He used to get ahead of Matt Williams, a couple strikes on him, and then he would chase pitches, but he doesn't do that now. He's tough out.
We have some Indians in the booth here. Cleveland Indians, that is.
That's right. Dennis Lehman and his wife Ginny are here to visit.
Great to see him.
Dennis is an executive with the Cleveland Indians in their nice new ballpark.
Two balls and a strike on Williams. We haven't seen them for a couple of years, and neither one of them has aged a day. It's remarkable. Here's a smash to left field. That ball is gone. Matt Williams with his major league tying 11th home run. Sheffield hit his 11th earlier today. Williams' homer won the ball game last night. Now he makes it a 6-4 Phillies lead.
He is the real tough out in their lineup right now. As Steve Scarsoni retrieves that baseball in the Giants bullpen, and luckily for the Phillies, Matt Williams is up there with nobody on base and hits a solo home run. Here he is. Ball was in a little bit, and you saw him pull his arms in. Watch the pitch from the center field camera. Middle in, and he launches it into the bullpen.
So he has knocked in all 4 for the Giants today. It is 6-4 Phillies. Here's Barry Bonds. Takes a strike. Bonds has lined out and struck out. That gives him 23 runs batted in. He's about 5th in the league in RBIs right now. Bonds with a batting average of .230 on that scoreboard. You know that he'll add about 100 points to that before it's all over. As Gene Mauch used to say, look how much fun he'll have getting back to .330.
Yeah, this kind of hitter.
Look out. 1-2 on Barry.
Yeah, he's not quite there at this point of the year. Last year he was. He had a tremendous April. This year he struggled in the month of April.
Nobody has ever won 4 MVP awards. He's got 3 of them. 2-2. Bouncer on the right side, base hit. Barry Bonds gets a single. A bouncer through the hole. And the Giants have their 3rd hit of the ball game, make it their 4th hit. The hit total should be 5 for San Francisco. And here is Royce Clayton, 0 for 2. He has popped up and flied to right. No outs here in the 6th inning. Clayton now represents the tying run. Well, I doubt he'll be bunting.
No, they're in good shape because Clayton hitting off the left-hander here, and Benziger on deck is a better right-handed batter than left-handed.
Phillies are stirring in the bullpen. There's going to be somebody up here shortly. Clayton got jammed. Looper down the right field line. Kruk on the run. Can't quite get there. Wasn't high enough into the air. Slocum. And in the Giant pen,
that's Dave Burba, who was up a little earlier.
Yeah, quite a bit earlier, as it turns out. That was back in the, what, second or third inning?
Right when Swift was struggling early in the game, he was up.
Meantime, we've played a ball game at a slow pace plus a half-hour rain delay. Inside on Clayton, 2 balls and 1 strike. The celebration continues. The Fanatics' birthday party. They didn't let the air out of the balloon yet.
Unexpected souvenir there.
Clayton bunts and bunts foul. He was bunting for a hit, of course. 2-2 on him.
I don't think that's a good play either. I mean, you're only in the 6th inning. Royce Clayton is a right-handed batter against West, the left-hander. Clayton can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to bunt there.
Paid crowd today of 50,588 to see a good ball game and help the Fanatics celebrate. Some of them may have disappeared during that rain delay too, but paid crowd of over 50. Right now they want to see some outs. There's one of them. West strikes out Clayton for the first out of the inning.
David West, as Andy said, just needed an out. He hung a breaking ball a little bit there, but Clayton swung over it.
Benzinger comes up. Todd today is 0 for 2, ground out and fly ball.
Come on, Todd.
Ball 1 on Benzinger. Traditionally a better right-handed batter. This year his average from the right side is lower. But like everybody else, he doesn't get the hit there as often.
Benzinger, when he's been a platoon player, they would play him against left-handers more than right-handers. But now he's an everyday player because first base, he's been doing a good job down there for them.
He has lost the first base job at several other stops. Cincinnati, Los Angeles, Kansas City. High again, 2-0 on Benzinger. David West picking up for Tommy Green after the rain delay. Green went 4 innings and surrendered only 2 hits and 3 runs. The Red Hats are on the Phillies today. They made a compromise. The Phils are going to wear the blue hats in the 5 remaining business person specials. Strike, 2-1. One on and 1 out in the Giants' 6th inning. Out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Todd Benzinger. The left-handed batting catcher Jeff Reed is on deck. A lot of weight on his shoulders to be Will Clark's replacement, and when the season started they had him in Clark's spot on the batting order too, number 3. That just added to his pressures. That's a good pitch by West. He jammed him. It's 2-2. Barry Bonds, the runner at first base. West rubbing up a different baseball before continuing his attack on Benzinger here. There goes Bonds. Bouncing ball to second. Morandini makes the play to first in time for the out. Bonds to second base. 2 outs.
Boy, they got lucky there to the Phillies in that where that ball was hit, because Morandini was covering. And the ball was hit up towards the middle. They were playing Benziger as a pull hitter against a left-handed batting or left-handed pitching West, and Mickey moved when Bonds broke. If Benziger had hit it anywhere in the opposite direction, it would have gotten through. Look where Morandini is when he catches this. That's because he was headed towards second to cover. Phillies have had a lot of that this year. It seems like where the infielder moves and someone's hit a ball right through the spot where the guy vacated.
Yes, that has happened several times. Here's Reed, 1 for 2, single and run scored. Filling in today for Manwaring, he takes ball 1. Reed is hitting at 111. That is low. Reed has had considerable major league experience. He first appeared in the big leagues as far back as '84 with the Minnesota Twins. He later played with Montreal, Cincinnati, and this is his second year in San Francisco.
Dusty Baker has not shown a pinch hitter yet. He has Rogers in the on-deck circle.
High fly ball out in the right center. Thompson makes the call. And that's the 3rd out. Giants get a run on the homer by Matt Williams. 2 hits, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-4 Phillies.
You can project light in any direction, but unless it's focused, you can't see clearly. That's why Infinity employed special projector beam headlights for the J30 to safely focus light where you need it. The J also has dual airbags, ABS, and seatbelt pretensioners, but you're less likely to need them if you see the light.
Lease one of the world's most advanced automobiles, now at a very special rate for a limited time.
Shopping. 9
out of 10 use it. All aboard the genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
For most people, a true luxury performance sedan always seems a bit out of reach. That's why Infinity created the G20, so you could drive a world-class car while you're still young enough to enjoy it. Infinity luxury and performance at a surprisingly affordable price. You only live once. It's time to get started.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. A winning team, the championship Phillies, in the award-winning lineup of new cars and trucks at your local Dodge dealer. And by Compact Computer Corporation. Andy Musser with Chris Wheeler. Bottom half of the 6th inning, the Phillies hold a 6-4 lead over the Giants. Darren Dalton leads it off for the Phillies. He's 1 for 2 today, plus a walk. His hit was an RBI single in the 4th inning. Now faces the left-hander.
Always very much concerned about their well-being, and he's never going to misuse a guy. And it would have been he probably felt it would be misusing him if he had brought him back.
Rogers runs a full count on Dalton. He'll be followed by Chamberlain and Longmire. Rogers wins on a foul tip. First strikeout for Rogers. And now Chamberlain. West 1 for 3, an infield single. Last inning, the fifth, was the first inning in which the Phillies did not score. It's a game the Giants never led, although they did come from 3 down to tie it at one point. Breaking ball starts west, ball 1. Ground ball past the mound, changed the direction a bit for Clayton, but he makes the play. Hit right off the side of the mound. Chamberlain is out number 2. Tony Longmire coming up with the bases empty and 2 out. Tony got an RBI double his last trip up there. He's 1 for 3 today. He had started 2 previous games in right field. Today's his first start in left field.
Undeterred, Barry Bonds is going to play him in the same spot.
That's right. That double went right to the gap.
Of course, it was a right-handed pitcher. And you see Bonds way over and Darren Lewis where he is. And he figures with a left-handed pitcher, if he hits it down the line, he's going to be there to get it. And he's not going to hit it in the alley.
Strike 1-1 on Longmire. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Phillies have never beaten Bill Swift, but they do have him on the hook today. He's 5-0 lifetime against them, but if things stand the way they are now, he would lose it. Down the line and left. Bonds won't get that one. Kevin Rogers, the 3rd Giants pitcher today. Swift went 3 1/3. Rich Monteleone for 2/3 of an inning, and then Rogers came on in the 5th. The count is full on Longmire. Destroys a pitch. Rogers, knowing that this is his last inning, probably wants to get out of there. He hasn't worked since last Saturday and has to be a little weakened by the effects of the flu. Great news for the Giants, though, from their perspective, to get Rod Beck back last night, Wheels, and he really came in and did what he can do.
One of the premier closers in the league.
Strike 3 call. Longmire thought it was outside and high, but Rogers gets the call, and the Phillies are out in order. Harry Callis and Rich Ashburn return in the 7th inning. It's 6-4 Phillies.
Sure, you got a state-of-the-art entertainment center. A fully interactive home theater. Even got a gourmet delivery service. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth Busch beer, easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on.
Lean on number 1, Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
Tom Ridge has always made Pennsylvania proud. In Vietnam, his valor earned a Bronze Star. In Washington, he fought the Clinton tax increase and earned the Taxpayers' Hero Award. His bold plan will slash spending and taxes $2 billion. On day 1, he'll call the legislature back to fight crime. And welfare will never be the same.
I'm running for governor because I want to change Pennsylvania. And with your help, I will.
Tom Ridge, he can change Pennsylvania, honestly.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Phils 6, San Francisco 4. Tonight at 7, Bobby is framed for murder. Can Reno save him? Find out on Renegade right here on PHL 17. Milt Thompson has moved from center field to left field. Jim Eisenreich coming into play center field. Heathcliff Slocum is the new pitcher. He will bat in the 7 spot vacated by Tony Longmire. Eisenreich will bat in the 9 spot vacated by David West. Phils lead by 2 here. John Patterson pinch hitting for Rogers. 1 strike to Patterson. Patterson is hitting at 158 as a pinch hitter. He's just 1 out of 10. One ball and 1 strike. David West went 2 innings, charged with 1 run, a homer by Matt Williams, 3 hits. Struck out 1. He didn't walk anybody. Now Balloon is floating between the plate and the mound. Greg Bonin pops it. Gets around. Boos from the fans.
Just left the air right out of the balloon.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball backhanded. Morandini sets himself and throws out Patterson. A good play by Morandini.
Yeah, Mickey had to go to his right, and he got the big bounce, got set, and made a perfect throw over there to Kruk.
Brings on Darren Lewis, the top of the order. He has struck out, walked, and was out on a bunt try. Slocum is appearing in his 11th game. No wins, or rather 2 wins, no losses, no saves. A 2.45 ERA. 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 17 hits, 8 earned runs. He has 11 strikeouts. Walked just 2, and one of those was an intentional walk. So his control has been good.
He really has a good arm, Slocum.
Fouled out of play. And he's ahead of Lewis. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slocum's 27 years old, from Richmond Hills, New York, and he gets Lewis, punches him right on out of there. That's 2 down. Nasty slider.
Ball really gets there in a hurry. That was right on the outside part of the plate, probably a ball. Really had some movement on it, though.
Brings on Dave Martinez. One ball and no strikes to Martinez. He's grounded out, walked, and flied out to right. Ball's behind him, 2-0. 80th birthday wishes today, Whitey, to Joseph LaSpada. Great Joe is father of lovely Kathy LaSpada Baker. And
great Carmela.
Yeah.
And Tony. Tony lives down in Tampa.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Off the end of his bat, foul. Good catch by young lady in the front row. Clean snare of that ball. Fans have shown some great defense in this ball game today. Good hands. He's out of there. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Slocum. No runs, hits, errors, none left. Stretch time at the vet. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Bills lead 6-4.
On the conclusion of a special 2-part Renegade.
Change of plans. I've got Miss Yeager now.
It's $1 million bounty, and Reno's ready to cash in.
Bronson says you stole it.
How can I steal something that doesn't exist?
But behind the truth lies a trap.
Do you believe me now?
And the end of the road for Reno Reigns.
Bring me the girl.
Don't miss the next Renegade.
Tonight at 7 on PHL 17.
Roads are built to the limits of the average car. Yet, if everyone drove a Lexus GS with its superior ergonomics, handling, and responsiveness, who knows what the highways would look like? The Lexus GS, for a price that's easy to handle whether you buy or lease at your New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
People once believed that when a soul can't rest, a crow can carry it back from the dead to seek justice and put the wrong things right. Friday, May 13th.
Not a good day to be a bad guy.
Brandon Lee.
I love you.
The Crow, rated R.
Hello, I'm Dick Vermeil. Can you reduce your risk of heart disease? Yes, by reducing or eliminating the big 3 controllable risk factors. High cholesterol, cigarette smoking, and high blood pressure, you can significantly reduce your risk for heart disease.
Here's Chevrolet game summary. Lenny Dykstra leadoff home run, the second time against Bill Swift this year, but he had to leave the game in the 3rd with a lower back contusion. Bill Swift, 5-0 going into this ball game, only pitched 3 1/3 innings, gave up 12 hits, and was credited to all 6 runs. Wasn't a good day for Bill Swift. The Phillies 3, 4, and 5 hitters are 5 for 10 with 3 runs batted in and a base on balls. Dave Burba is the new Giants pitcher.
Burba is appearing in his 11th game. No wins, 1 loss. A good ERA, 1.93. He's pitched 14 innings, given up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 16 strikeouts in 14 innings, and 3 walks. Well, you wonder where the Giants would be without that package they got from Seattle for Kevin Mitchell.
Yes, sir. They really
Bill Swift,
got a job. Michael Jackson. And this fella.
Yeah. This fella's big right-hander who really has closing stuff. So does Mike Jackson, but they have a fellow by the name of Beck around who's one of the best in baseball. Gives Dusty a luxury of 2 outstanding setup men.
Rod Beck in the bullpen.
And Kevin Rogers isn't too shabby either. Rogers pitched 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Got to be as strong a bullpen as there is in the league, San Francisco has. Orandini's had a good ball game. Has single, doubled, and been intentionally walked. Scored 2 runs.
Michael Jackson with Steve Fry. Steve Fry does a good job out of there against those left-hand hitters.
Bucks County Community College product. William Tennant High School. Steve Fry. Full count to Morandini. Fouls it out of play. Way up in the air behind second base. Robbie Thompson makes the catch. Morandini's out, one down. That'll bring up Jim Eisenreich. Phillies dugout. A lot of sunflower seed popping going on. Eisenreich is batting for the first time. He's hitting at .266. Verba's a big guy, 6'4", 240 pounds, 27 years old. Verba comes out of Dayton, Ohio. Last year, 10-3 for the Giants in 54 games, 5 of them starts.
He was in a lot of middle innings last year, and he would hold the opposition until the Giants went ahead. That's how he got so many wins.
Tap to the shortstop, Clayton, and Eisenreich is retired by a stride. 2 down. It'll bring up Milt Thompson. Milt's 1 for 2 since entering the game when Lenny Dykstra had the lead with a contusion of the lower back. Dykstra was 2 for 2 with a homer and an infield single, 1 RBI and 2 runs scored. Fouled out of play. Kevin Stocker not in action again today because of that wrist. Chases a high fastball, doesn't get it. 0-2.
Ooh.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounds a foul, third base side, still 1-2. Him up in the air, and Verba, the pitcher, makes the play, and that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the 8th inning. Phil's lead 6-4.
Yeah, you've seen it all. Done it all. Pretty much got it all figured out. But have you got what it takes to be a mountain man? All it takes are the 2 cool beers of the Mountain Man. Smooth Busch beer, easy drinking Busch Light. So, be a mountain man. All you gotta do is head for the mountains.
You know why your Quality Plus Ford dealer is the Truck Authority? Motor Trend says the Ford Ranger is bad news for the competition. Surveys prove Ranger beat the competition in overall quality. 83% of Ranger owners are more than satisfied with Ranger's quality. Plus, Ranger comes with 24-hour roadside service. It's the #1 compact pickup for 7 years straight. With $1,300 total savings, it's everybody's favorite little bad boy. That's why your Quality Plus Ford dealer is the Truck Authority.
At Compaq, we realized that buying a computer raises a lot of questions. So we came up with the answer, Compaq Presario. Powerful computers that come preloaded with software that can correct your spelling or balance your checkbook. In fact, the Compaq Presario can even answer your computing questions. Oh, and if you happen to have a phone, it can answer that too.
Hi, we can't answer the computer right now. Please leave a message.
The new Presario from Compaq.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by your local Hyundai dealer. Hyundai, cars that make sense. By the AT&T Business Advantage. Let it work for you. And by the Yellow Pages 9 out of 10 people use. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. We go to the top half of the 8th inning with the Phillies leading at 6-4, and the meat of the order coming up for the Giants. A critical inning here for the Phils. Robbie Thompson has walked, struck out, and fouled out. Phillies lead by 2. That should be 1 out on 1 pitch as Mariano Duncan drifts around, still drifting, and makes the catch.
The sun must really be bad up there. You notice fielders on both teams really battling the sun, and Mariano was, I don't know what he was battling. I guess the sun and maybe a little wind. He looked like a drunken sailor.
Yeah, maybe the Phils ought to intentionally walk this guy.
Well,
Matt Williams, I know.
Not with the heat out there.
I know. Matt Williams is 2 out of 3, has struck out, hit a 3-run triple and a solo homer. He's knocked in all 4. Takes a strike, and here comes another balloon, the home plate area. That boy got this one. Ground ball shortstop. Mariano Duncan has it. High throw, but Kruk makes the tag. Williams is retired. That's 2 down, and it's good to have this fella coming up with the bases empty.
Kruk had to leave the bag on this high throw from Duncan. Well, he really threw it high. And Kruk tagged him coming by.
Bonds is 1 out of 3. He's lined out to Kruk, struck out, and singled. And leading off is Mariano Duncan. Duncan is 1 out of 4, has twice struck out, singled, and grounded into a double play. 6-4 Phillies here in the bottom of the 8th. Phils have out hit the Giants 14-5. $50,000 plus here at Veterans Stadium on this May 1st. One ball and 2 strikes to Mariano Duncan. Two balls and 2 strikes. Doug Jones is up in the Phillies bullpen. He'll probably come on in the 9th inning. Full count to Duncan.
Urban wanted Duncan to chase one of those sliders. He didn't. Probably get a fastball here to hit.
What a job done by that man, Heathcliff Slocum. 6 up and 6 down, 2 strikeouts. Duncan is called out on strikes.
Would have fooled me too, Dunk. That was a nice slider right on the inside corner.
But for you, it would have been on the outside corner, and you would have just flicked it into left field for a base hit.
I am getting a little old, Harry. I don't know if I was able to do that or not anymore.
John Kruk is 2 out of 3. Scheduled to hit for the Giants in the 9th inning, Royce Clayton, Todd Benzinger, and Jeff Reed. Two balls and no strikes to Kruk. We had a 30-minute rain delay in the 4th inning of this game. That's hard to believe when you look up at the skies now. It came down pretty hard here. 3-0 to Kruk. Might have a green light here. Jim Fregosi is very free with giving green lights to his hitters. He did, and he missed it. 3-1.
Had a good swing. Just didn't connect.
Phil's manager, who will give green lights frequently, 3-0. He'll let him swing the bats. Full count to Kruk.
That shadow between the mound and home plate makes it a little tougher on the hitters. That ball's coming out of bright and going into the dim.
Kruk draws the walk. He's a one-out base runner for Dave Hollins. Tony Gwynn, Phil Plantier, Derek Bell, and all the Padres move in for night games Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all of them at 7:35. Phils will try to pay back the Padres. For tickets, call 463-1000 or stop by any one of the local Ticketmaster outlets. John Kruk at first base with one out. Foul backing out of play into the upper deck. Hollins is 2 for 4 with a run batted in. All 6 of the Phillies' runs charged of starter Bill Swift. One ball and one strike to Hollins.
Was only about a step off the bag there.
Let's pause for station identification on the Phil's television network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Very high pop fly into left field. Barry Bonds makes the catch. Makes everything look easy. You ever see him stagger under a ball?
I think it is easy for him, and this game's easier for him than most people.
I guess so. 2 outs. That'll bring on Darren Dalton.
He's been MVP, 2 out of the last 3 years in the league. And a lot of people say he should have had it the 3rd year.
He's the first player ever to win the league MVP for a 3rd time out of 4 seasons. 3 out of the last 4. One ball and no strikes. Two and nothing to Darren Dalton. Dutch is 1 for 3 with a run batted in.
Kruk has no lead at all. That's a kind of a knee-jerk move to first base. He's standing there a couple steps off the bag.
To Dalton. Dalton lifetime against Burba is nothing out of 4. Three and 1. Wes Chamberlain waits on deck. Had a pitch to hit there.
Yes, he did. He had the swing too.
Full count to Darren Dalton. Him. So the Phillies have 2 men on base, 2 outs for Wes Chamberlain. Dick Pohl, the pitching coach, is coming out to talk to Burba. Nobody up in the Giants bullpen.
Burba's throwing the ball very well. He's a little wild here in this inning, but wild to the right hitters probably. Kruk and Dalton.
Pohl, the pitching coach for San Francisco, is given a lot of credit with the way this Giant pitching staff has been the last couple of years. They have really pitched well. 2 men on base with 2 outs. One strike to Wes Chamberlain. Couple of nasty sliders, and Chamberlain is in the hole. 0-2. It didn't.
I'll tell you, it was right up there.
Awfully close. Wild pitch. Chamberlain not at all happy with Dave Burba on that up and in pitch. Now he's jawing with Matt Williams.
That'd be a nice brawl between Chamberlain and Williams. Look at this pitch. Right up there by the helmet.
Yes, sir.
Off Reed's mitt.
Now he'll throw him a slider away. One ball and 2 strikes. It was too far away, and it's 2-2. Pete Cavilla's in the on-deck circle. He would put Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in Twins, only on Philadelphia's movie station, PHL 17. Kim Baptiste comes into play third base. He would bat in the number 7 spot, vacated by pitcher Heathcliff Slocum, and Doug Jones is the new pitcher. He would bat in the 4 spot, vacated by Dave Hollins. Jones trying to tie this one down for Slocum, who pitched excellent ball. 6 up and 6 down with 2 strikeouts.
And the Phillies needed that kind of pitching against this ball club. Now it's up to Doug Jones.
Jones is appearing in his 11th game. He's won 1, lost 1, 3 saves, a 2.13 ERA. 12 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 3 earned runs. He has struck out 9. He hadn't walked anybody. Royce Clayton will be the first one to face him for the Giants here in the 9th inning. Ground ball fielded by Morandini. He throws out Clayton. 1 out on 1 pitch. It'll bring up Todd Benzinger. Benzinger is nothing out of 3. One ball and no strikes. Flop the changeup over for a strike. 1-1. Jones seems to be able to throw that changeup for strikes almost at will. Gave him a fastball, and he lofts it in the air to deep center, but Eisenreich has a beat on it and makes the grab. That's 2 down here in the 9th inning. Jones is a crafty pitcher. All he throws is changeup and fastball. He does have a cut fastball that acts like a slider. But if he senses a hitter waiting on the change, he's got just enough of a fastball to get it by him sometimes, or to get him to pop in the air.
I think he has a little better fastball than he had last year at Houston.
Here's Jeff Reed. Takes the change for a strike. Jones is 36 years young. He's had a lot of saves in his career at Cleveland and Houston. 190 coming into this season, looking for his 193rd. 2 strikes to Reed. Fans are on their feet in anticipation of a final out here. Flares it into shallow left. It might be trouble. No, a great catch by Duncan. Mariano Duncan stayed with it and made a good play to end the ball game. Phillies have won a series from the Giants for the first time since July of 1992. Doug Jones will get the save, and Heathcliff Slocum the win. And this is also the first time this year that the Giants have scored 4 or more runs and lost a game. They were 9-0 in games in which they scored 4 or more. But the Phils beat them 6-4 with good relief pitching, and this final out, quite a play, Whitey, by Don.
On the dead run, sun and all, looked like a bullfighter out there in left field.
Doug Jones earns the save for the Phils. For Jonesy, that will be his 4th save of the year, 194th of his career. And that save means a $100 donation from Sunoco for the Byrne Foundation Great Saves Program. Since 1982, Sunoco and local Sunoco dealers have contributed over $45,000 to support Philadelphia area burn centers through the Great Saves Program. Bills win it by a score of 6-4. Back with the totals and a recap in a moment.
Ask yourself, are negative ads and the same old political garbage going to get Pennsylvania out of trouble? As Attorney General, I see our problems every day. Understand this. We have a moral crisis in America, and we better start doing something about it. The other candidates may have the time to fool around with mudslinging, but I don't. I want to rebuild families, create jobs, and lock up the predators. So if you're ready to get serious about Pennsylvania, I'm ready to be your governor.
Thanks in part to its extraordinarily high resale value, Lexus is doing something it's never done before. It's going backwards. Because now you can lease a Lexus ES 300 luxury sedan for less than you could when it was first introduced. The Lexus ES. It's a timely value. At your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
Introducing the lineup of your favorite Phillies photo ball baseballs. Play ball! Collect all 5 at Burger King for only $2.99 each. Here's the play-by-play on how. Slide into your participating Burger King restaurant. Buy any delicious value meal. Run home with 1 Phillies photo ball. Let's replay. Slide. Buy. Score! Collect a different photo ball each week for $2.99 at Burger King. We may not be the world's #1 fast food place. It just tastes that way. What a steal!
On your mark, get set, grow. Kids 14 and under get a free growth chart featuring the Fanatic and Darren Dalton, compliments of the Mid-Atlantic Milk Marketing Association. When the Phillies mangle the Mets, Sunday, May 22nd at 1:35. Call 463-1000.
Well, this afternoon at the Vet, it was the Phils 6 and Matt Williams 4. Williams knocked in all 4 giant runs with a triple and a home run, but the Phillies got 6 off Bill Swift, one of the top pitchers in the National League. He came in with an ERA of 1.82 with 6 runs off Swift. They held up for a 6-4 win. For the Phils, 6 runs, 14 hits, no errors, 12 left. Giants, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 4 left. Heathcliff Slocum, 6 up and 6 down with 2 strikeouts. The winner, 3-0. Bill Swift lost at 3-3. Doug Jones, a 1-2-3 ninth for his 4th save. Our Chevrolet player of the game is Phil's winning pitcher Heathcliff Slocum, who boosts his record to 3-0, pitching fine baseball out of the Phillies bullpen. We'll be back with more from Veterans Stadium right after these messages.
Any mulching mower can chop up grass, but the Honda Harmony lawnmower has an exclusive twin blade that cuts grass into fine particles and returns them to your lawn as fertilizer. There's no need to bag or dump clippings, and you get a better end result. The Honda Harmony mulching mower. Nothing's easier. For a free video, call 1-800-MULCH-21.
Thanks in part to its extraordinarily high resale value, Lexus is doing something it's never done before. It's going backwards. Because now you can lease a Lexus ES 300 luxury sedan for less than you could when it was first introduced. The Lexus ES. It's a timely value. At your New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
What would you do with a Motorola pager?
Never miss a meeting.
What would you do?
Mom's not home! Pager.
What about you?
All right, you got the pager number, right?
We're going out.
Cool, this works.
What would you do? You could go anywhere, do anything, and still keep in touch with the people you want to keep in touch with. So what are you waiting for? Get the pager. It's affordable, it's portable from Motorola.
Well, the Giants did something today that they hadn't done all year. Scored 4 runs and lost. They're now 9-1 in games in which they score 4 more. Phils beat them 6-4, getting 6 runs off Bill Swift. Our next telecast here on the Phillies Television Network will be Tuesday night right here at Veterans Stadium. We'll be on the air at 7:30 for Game 2 of the series with the San Diego Padres. Jeff Juden goes against Donnie Elliott. Check your local listings for the games carried in your area. Once again, a 14-hit attack for the Phils as the Phils down in San Francisco before 50,000 plus, 6-4. For Rich Ashburn, Chris Wheeler, and Andy Musser, Harry Callisang will talk to you on Tuesday night from Veterans Stadium on this, the Phillies Television Network.
The Phillies and the San Francisco Giants has been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you, friends know when to say when. The Yellow Pages 9 out of 10 people use. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. By Chevrolet, the cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. For 56 years, the health insurance company you can lean on.
Man is a social animal. Man is made to live with others. So, the club is a whole series of human adventures, working toward a better way of living. We all like what is beautiful. We all love what is true. I've become completely attached to the American Express card. It gives you freedom, and heaven knows what that's worth at the present time.
American Express is welcomed at Club Med and anywhere else people go to find themselves.
Oh, man. Look what you did. What I did? Just who do you think you are, man? Who do you think I am?
Easy, fellas. What would he do?
Oh, the Yellow Pages?
Just any Yellow Pages?
Genuine Yellow Pages.
9 out of 10 use it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
What do you mean I can't do that?
Please, don't pull that on me now.
I'm pressing enter.
You're the computer. You tell me where the file is.
Huh? Don't just sit there blinking.
Enter. I'm gonna give this to you, but I want it back.
The idea of talking to a computer is certainly not a new one.
Open status report.
Getting a response certainly is. The new Desk Pro with business audio from Compaq.
The little red sports car has finally grown up. The 850 sports wagon from Volvo.
Bo and Dave. These guys are crazy.
M0. R2. M0. R2. D2.
They came from outer space.